Mana? Compound. Oh, tambang. Bisa bayar berapa kau? Bisa bayar berapa? Sanggup bayar berapa? Serah abang mau bayar berapa? Terserah. Apa? Tambang lebih cepat duitnya dibanding konstruksi.
PogChamp. Aish.
He can go to position 4 lane with the Beastmaster. It's an okay lane. It's not like super strong, but it gives Beastmaster a stun in the lane as well.
I do want to go back quickly to the Winter Wyvern for you. The one time that had been picked so far here, they went for the Winterproof facet, which is the Cold Embrace one.
Yeah, the defensive one. I think it's actually kind of better, at least for me, you know, when I play that hero. I feel like it's...
Oh, of course you take Winterproof.
Yeah, haha, of course. And here we go, Storm. This is one of the better heroes against the Wyvern because you can find him when he's flying around the trees.
I think they were also going to get stormed as well. XG wanted Storm, so Tundra's also picking it to...
The 16-17 pick is the most, I think, difficult part of the draft for the second pick because you are already considering what heroes are going to be picked at 18 because 18 is really good for the first pick side, and so you have to be prepared for that. So most of the times, like Andrew said, you try to pick a hero that also blocks their hero.
Yeah, and I like if you're picking Storm, I like Silencer Storm when you're picking in a difficult situation like this because all the heroes that get countered or that counter Storm get countered by Silencer. So like this is usually how teams try to operate in this situation. Like you know that you're going to get the Storm countered, right? So you need to pick something which counters those counters.
Do you think that's something that's leading into Storm not really having a good win rate right now? It's only sitting at 35% in this tournament.
Maybe. I think some teams are good at like picking these heroes and knowing how to play the heroes which counter. Instead, they go for the Warlock, more of like a team fight hero. It's very strong against a Beastmaster in lane.
Yeah, Fatal Bonds.
Fatal Bonds the boar, right? And you can push the wave out. Beast doesn't really like that.
It's a really good combination with Lycan. You kind of work really well with each other in the team fights. Lycan runs in, gives you space to drop the rock on, and Troll is one of the better matchups into the Lycan.
It's a really good Troll game. This hero is undefeated so far. He has won 7 out of 7 games. 7 games, I believe.
I mean, his only issue here, I think, is the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is the one that can actually make
it's
life...
actually 8 games.
Yeah, can make life very hard for the Troll. But he's going to have to probably rely on his teammates like the Tiny or the Beast to kind of deal with the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, I'm going to rely on you guys for this knowledge. This Troll, being an Arme hero, is one of the very few times that we do not see an Arme last pick. It is something, even when they've been second pick, they still save him until very last in the draft.
18 is like I feel like the most influential pick in the first pick phase, you know. So
at
least in my book, he's already getting the highest priority in the draft right now, even if it's not the 23rd pick.
Okay.
I mean, Troll, Beastmaster, there's a lot of synergy. You come together, you hit Roshan quickly, you have the auras. I think Troll really likes to have aura heroes on the off lane. He kind of thrives in those environments. You play really fast when you hit your timings, and I think the heroes that are good against Troll are not exactly very, very good here. I mean, I'm thinking of maybe like something like Faces Void that's really good late game, but Faces Void has problems.
Into Wyvern.
Yeah, into the other heroes, you know. So they kind of have a lot of their bases covered here with the first 4 picks. And there's also the Slug, I think, which is kind of like a decent matchup against Troll, but it's not exactly a Slug meta, but it will fit their nighttime draft. You know, you have Slug plus Lycan.
I just love that in these like high-level games, you see like Troll picked into SD, which is traditionally considered a counter, but they just have so much confidence that their other heroes can
do their jobs
and deal with the SD that it's otherwise a very free Troll game. This is why they banned Bloodseeker. Very good against Troll, very good also against Pangolier, and they have absolutely secured the team fights here for them. Even against Warlock, like nothing deals with Pango right now. Like, there's no BKB piercing disable. What are you gonna rock him for a single second out of his
You also
roll?
don't have the damage. At least you don't have the damage to kill Pango.
I mean, there's
through
only
the Rolling
Faces
Thunder.
Void, right? Like with the Dilation or and the Chrono. I don't see anything else that can kind of deal with the role. But then again, their lineup will be very, very slow.
Oh, what about some carry Doom to stop the healing coming through? It's very good against Troll.
It is, yeah.
But it is also very slow.
The only issue there for me is like, you don't do anything against Pango. You doom him when he's rolling, and he just keeps rolling, right? Like, I feel like you're totally happy being a Pango in a game against a Doom. I like the Faceless Void, but there's counters. Razor's also there. They picked the Jug. Okay.
This is a statement. If we talked about throughout the whole year, one of the more staple heroes for Ame, it has been Jug. He tried to make it work for such a long time, and now they last picked Jug against Ame's Troll Warlord.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's gonna be so tough for the Jug though. Like there's Curse, that's Raw, and then you have the Rolling Thunder, which you don't really do much to it. I mean, sure you can Omni Slash him, but the thing is, I feel like Jug has a lot of counters already in the game with the Raw and the Wyvern, Co-Embrace, and the Curse itself, you know. And against Troll, it's like he doesn't care if you Omni Slash him, he just needs to click his R.
They have no control. They have like no silences. This Troll, I feel like he's gonna pop off. Extreme Gaming, they have overall better team fight, I would say, with Rolling Thunder, with Winter Wyvern, Troll. They don't have that burst damage that he's gonna be afraid of. Sure, there's some kiting coming up from Shadow Demon, but he can survive long enough because of all these reset mechanics that they do have on Extreme.
Yeah, Jenkins, you said even before you saw the last pick of Tundra that Extreme Gaming had secured the team fight. Does the Jug alter that formula for you in any way, or it's still very straightforward?
I think that Extreme still has the team fight secured.
Yeah.
But Tundra now at least has like scaling options in the game. You know, like Juggernaut with Omni Slash, he will full to zero any hero. Like if some heroes are orchided, they will die. So they have play options because whenever you have damage, you always have play options. But I agree, it's not like a free Jug game by any means.
Yeah, I think the execution level is definitely higher for Tundra's lineup, whereas for XG is, I think, pretty straightforward with their heroes. You get some auras, you have Dagger on your Wyvern, you group together, your Troll's hitting a tower, everyone's behind him, it's straightforward, right? Whereas for Tundra, they're going to have to juke and jive, you have to use the Storm, find the Wyvern, you have to farm your items on Jug and Lycan. It's not a straightforward game for them.
Yeah.
In the earlier part of it, though, Lacoste, we're talking about just how strong we're feeling the safe lane is for XG and also how strong the off lane is for Tundra. So now with heroes in those placeholders, does it feel like it favors one way or the other?
Now, Extreme Gaming, they have a very strong safe lane. You have Troll against Lycan with the Winter Wyvern. You're not losing that lane.
Okay, at all. Anything else that you guys want to put out there before we get to know some more information from the coach?
I will say I think Jug's generally like an underrated hero. I was seeing it in pro-level pubs up until TI, so I feel like some players just have a read that it's a really good hero and people are not valuing it high enough.
Okay. And Winter?
I think Jug is going to...
Wait, did we see what facet the Winter Wyvern went?
No, but I think Jug is not going to do much this game, so I'm not going to agree with Andrew here.
Okay, alrighty. We've heard it all that we can from our panel right now, but we're going to get some more words from one of our coaches with Tsunami.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am joined by Xiaowei, coach of Extreme, and Helen will be helping me translate. It is the first game of TI 14 here on the main stage, and more than a game, I'm quite interested in your hair. Ame's got lavender hair, X-Nova's got blonde hair, you've got red hair. What's the story behind this?
本次比赛主舞台第一场比赛，我们更关注的是你们的发色很有趣。阿妹的发色是淡蓝色的，然后X Nova 的是黄色的，你的是红色的，是有什么故事吗？
没有，我们3个就集合训练的时候不约而同发现大家都染头发。
There's no story, but after we arrived at the boot camp, we noticed that we have different hair colors.
Extreme Gaming wah.
Synergy on this team, even without
Ini nih break ini.
And then
Aduh,
in this
salah kali ini
you
bracketnya
guys
orang ini.
qualified quick through the tournament. How'd you
Picknya
stay sharp
meningkat
after you went
Tundra.
4-0?
Harusnya sih free win ya.
比赛首支晋级正赛的队伍，在休息日当中是怎么保持自己的状态的呢？
我们就晋级以后就稍微讨论了一下，然后每天都会保持训练，然后打路人也没有干别的事情。
So after advancing to the main event, we continue with our scrims. We had discussions and played ranks. So that's what we did.
Well, hopefully the pubs have kept your things sharp going up against Tundra. Xiaowei, thank you very much. Good luck in game number 1. And let's send it to our casters, Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you so much, Tsunami. We are here. We are ready. Hamburg, are you excited for the first game of the International? Well, that's good because we're going to be here another 60 minutes, surely, if anything will go by from what we had earlier.
Do you think that's what Tundra have in mind here, though? They picked a juggernaut into quite a bit of, debuff immunity stuns here, Lyrical. I'm a little concerned.
You know, you're not wrong. And the panel was talking about it, sort of this team fight supremacy that you sort of have in this early goings for XG. And I was wondering if they maybe are even just thinking, we're going to Healing Ward try and like push high ground. And that's why they went for it. Because there were those other more team fight oriented heroes they maybe could have gone for. Instead saying doubling down on the push potential.
Yeah, Winter was bringing up the Faceless Void. I thought that looked kind of solid too. Obviously there were issues no matter what hero you picked. This is a very well-rounded draft from XG. You've got this very defensive and annoying Winter Wyvern hero that we haven't seen too often, but you start to think about what happened at the road to the International, and you're like, yeah, Wyvern kind of fits, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We got some swarming units for potential with the Helm Creeps. We've got this ability to just like try and defend these towers, slow things down, and also just really big team fights that have been very game deciding at the later parts of this game. And of course, Winter Wyvern, just like Disruptor, one of these supports that late game, you get a Blink Dagger, the fight can just be on you completely.
Yeah, and of course, that's where BZM is going to be looking to make those big jumps in later on to find Xnova hanging out to the side. But at least out of this early going, we're just getting a solid laning stage, it looks like, for Tundra. You can see they're already putting a little bit of a hamper here onto Ame's Troll Warlord, a hero that I absolutely despise, but it does actually seem like it's pretty good in this game.
Yeah, it's got some issues, but, it's pretty much just the Shadow Demon, right? This idea of just trying to disrupt who you're attempting to target during your ultimate, also just being disrupted yourself, perhaps. So some nuisances, but overall, it's obviously been a very successful hero here so far. You saw it's already 8-0 along the road of this tournament, so seeing if Ame can keep it lossless thus far.
And already they're doing some pretty good spam out here. Interesting to see XXS go for the early boars, considering the counter that we've seen them take in Toby's Warlock, but still opting to play more around that, of course, boar, and then eventually Helm of the Overlord build.
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to get like tons of value out of the Fatal Bonds versus his boars right now. And of course, the ability to just stack constantly. You know, we've seen these Beastmaster players just very early getting multiple stacks off, and that has been a key to a lot of the success that we've seen from XG so far. So I can appreciate still using that. And his lane partner here, XinQ, on this Tiny, I feel like this is a very contested hero between these two teams. I was thinking that they were maybe going to be grabbing it for Soxa, perhaps moving Toby over to the Shadow Demon if they could, but then just instantly snapped up there by XG. And I have a feeling it's not the last time we'll see this hero in this series.
Well, after the early stages here of this lane, you can see across the board Tundra just getting a little bit of the better of it, and Ame might get a 4th stack here of the poison. Do they want to stick around for a 5th? If Soxa hit this would be huge. Instead goes over to Xnova, stacks him up again, gets it on the boat. Oh man, Ame very low there.
Yeah, some big value happening here. Has to be past a Tango, and does have a salve coming out. The Courier Chrysalis now spinning away up top here onto XinQ.
Turns, realizes this is not going to work. Toby low. Oh, gets the root, a few more hits, but Toby, he manages to survive.
All right, big ward value there.
He just last hit a bird that was going. I have not seen that before on a jug. That was pretty cool.
You know, this is this is what Warlock usually does. You know, you pick Warlock so you can pick your Spectres or your, some other hero that needs a little bit of help in the lane, right? And they just get healed over and over. Chrysalis picks Jug, saves the Warlock under tower.
Yeah,
you know?
Not what you expect all the time, but still very good stuff. 29 and 13 for Chrysalis. Still only 13 last hits on XXS. They are really taking it to him here.
Zincu kind of struggling to assist, right? He's at half HP, so even if he mangoes and goes for a play, if he messes up, he's just going to get spun down to death until he has boots.
Well, usually we think about last picks in the context of, being this hero that's going to be a great team fighter later or cause this like huge problem. Maybe this problem is just trying to completely dominate the lane and then snowball from there, shut down XXS's timing, because it's going to be a while before he gets that dominator.
And while all this action is happening in the side lanes, very quietly, we have a pretty big lead growing here for BZM. That's why they call him the best zoomer mid, you see.
Oh my God.
Because he's crushing it right now. Look at him, he's top of the board. Where's this Pango? XM's leading for his own team, but he's under all 3 cores for Tundra.
That's true. No, they're having a good time of it so far. Obviously can turn in a moment if things get a little bit too spicy and some early hits thrown out. But 6-minute mark coming up, first rune, obviously a really important time for a Storm Spirit. And they're getting set up, should be able to secure the top one. Tiny's there too. It's going to be an invis gotten by XM. Never mind.
All right, back he goes.
But if there's a rune you're going to miss as a Storm, invis, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, we'll take it here. Of course, that is going to be a major focus, as it always is, for any sort of a Spirit mid.
So as we get close to the 7-minute mark, we'll see if anybody decides to make the movement over for Wisdom. It does appear like Shadow Demon is going over to try and sneak one, or maybe go for a kill here onto XXS. Oh, he's just a little bit. Oh, and Pango rotating also.
Yeah. They really need this play right now.
The invis. They see one. Don't spot XM though, and now Rolly back and forth finds 2. Chrysalis decides that he cannot make that move forward onto the Beastmaster, so they shut down any extra action coming their way, and it looks like it is just going to be a trade-off of Wisdoms.
Yeah, that's a lot of time spent here from the mid, unfortunately. Big effort, and I'm looking at XXS. He's lowest of the cores, and he doesn't have anything to fall back on right now.
Yeah.
There are no stacks made for him at this moment. And even if there were some, they're obviously getting very aggressive right now. As you can see, Tundra, BZM's coming in here, he's like, where are the stacks, man? I'm trying to steal a double or a triple here, and there's just nothing for me to grab.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, they already put some good pressure on after the big rotations over to this side of the map. XG are able to keep their tier 1 tower alive. But you can see kind of the idea that Tundra's going for here. They want to shut this down before XG really come online. 33.
It's kind of there's this idea of trying to shut down Ame, right? And make sure, because Ame has been the game winner in a lot of these drafts that they've gone for. He is the big condition to get the W at the end of it. But we're not seeing that pressure on him, right? They've kind of just left the lane because they're worried about potential kills. Instead, they're putting all this focus on XXS to try and just slow down any sort of an engine that's going to give that time to Ame. Rather than focusing him, shutting him down, get rid of the playmakers themselves in this XXS Beastmaster.
And then naturally, he's going to lose the rest of his map as things go on. That makes a lot of sense. Well, 8 minutes, another rune taken away from the Storm. That one was a shield rune. So should have a decent chance of getting a kill rune after the fact. Toby takes over at mid and wants to... Obviously, won't be getting that many more points in his Grimoire since it is still 0-0 at 8.5 minutes.
Ah, yes. To be expected, it would seem.
Yeah.
I mean, that has been the narrative, right? There's this idea of, XG are crushing the late game. They're doing so well whenever they go late. They are playing for the late all the time. Can Tundra come in and just punch him in the face, get rid of that plan, attack them super quickly? You see this immediate 3-3 Lycan, and you're thinking, oh, yeah, here we go. So far, we're not there, but it's all coming together,
That's right. X-Nova still hanging out. Soxa spots him, and that should turn into an eventual kill as the banishment is there. Does have a TP away. Any way to break that? Yes. Soxa gonna draw first blood.
Oh, I see some red flashing in the crowd here. Everyone immediately checking for their Crimson Witnesses.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of flashing in the crowd, It's National Alert Day here in Germany, Lyrical.
That's right. So in a couple of minutes, there might be a loud sound. Do not be alarmed. It's only an alert. You don't need to run away. It's going to be fine.
You got like 2 minutes until that's going to go off. So
maybe there will be a hype fight happening at the same time.
Check your phones. It might go a little wild. Just so you know. Thanks. Shout out to everyone warning us about that in the community.
That was good. So 1 kill so far as we get towards that 10-minute mark. And at least for now, no big rotations after that one that went up top. Could look for another rune here. BZM is going to go down bottom. Pango almost done with the Diffusal Blade, and that is a haste rune bottled up for BZM. That's what you want to see if you're a Tundra fan.
Ooh, but he goes right into a ward here, so obviously going to be spotted. Plants a very sneaky one there. BZM helping out the fantasy gamers there as he plants a ward.
Chrysalis gonna come and contest these immovable objects.
Is that what we're calling the helm creeps? Yeah,
I think so at this point. As 33 sent one through also, so helm on helm action.
It's what everyone here came for, you know?
Heroes are so yesterday, you know?
Yeah.
We're also almost about halfway to a Battle Fury done for Ame on the Troll Warlord, if he can get to a good time, I mean. And likewise, Chrysalis trying to make his way there too.
Yeah, at the top of the board right now. Chrysalis, you know, a lot of his signature heroes were still in this pool. I didn't know what we were going to get. A late ban on the Bloodseeker, but to go for the Jug, you know, this is New Age Chrysalis. He didn't force a Razor, because like, it's tempting in some ways, but it also has some disastrous counters there. But that hasn't stopped him in the past, you know? He's usually very willing to force his very specific heroes, but wants this Jug this time.
An interesting moment there. And now, as we are scooting forward, it looks like they're still just trying to get Toby level 6. I mean, they cut down one of the towers on bottom. I kind of feel like there might be a moment where they could go for another push towards mid, potentially. We'll see.
They could indeed, my friend. They could indeed.
Trent's just happy that he got a Crimson.
What?
Unbelievable.
What? No, I'm not.
BZM takes Ame down.
I thought it was the alert happening and it was the Crimson. That's not my fault. I was trying to be a good member of production.
That's right. BZM working his way down it.
There. I hear them ringing out now, actually, across the arena. That's a lovely sound.
Yeah, it's nice.
There we go. Hopefully not in the booths as well. Thank you, everyone, for dealing with that.
Is this real that he's going for the Holy Locket on Storm Spirit?
Well, all right. We're juicing it up here. That's a lot of energy, you know?
That's crazy. What an interesting decision.
With a Soul Ring as well.
Yeah.
Just fully committed.
You know what? If nobody's casting spells, you need to make your own charges.
That's right.
So Holy Locket Storm, let's go. Could also be like some pretty cool, like, you know, late game saves.
So this has been attempted before.
Okay.
But the problem is you don't do anything.
Right.
Right? That is the issue. It's because like you're not going Orchid. So it's not some like super aggressive build. You're not going Witchblade to boost your damage. It's kind of like it helps in fights, but it also sort of helps passively, right? It's good attributes. You're just farming it up a little bit. I'm curious to see how it fits. Maybe it's because he wants to be like this heavy initiating role. And so he wants to make sure he has lots of zips to go in, to get back out, and open up these fights for 3-3 to dominate. I think that's the plan here.
Dude, a Cold Embrace. I mean, this is what you basically have to do, though, I think, because it's going to be too tough otherwise. So you've got the Cold Embrace ability to keep these towers alive, and they are desperately going to need it, because I think Tundra is just going to start grouping now.
Yeah, it looks like they're indeed hitting their timing. There certainly has been an impressive recovery here from XXS, I do have to say, with the help of these Helm creeps. He is back right now, so he does have some capabilities as they move in for this fight, but he's going for that Ags next.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of sunk gold right now that's just giving him some stats, but until he gets that Aghanims, he hasn't really upgraded that much.
Oh, and the potential here, they're smoked up.
Is it our first big fight of the International Lyrical?
To contest, they roll it up, trying to find an opening. XM
he didn't get it in time.
Get it, actually. They do have the winner's curse if they need it. If they step too far forward on Tundra, they're going to be in trouble. Cold Embrace onto Xingqiu, keeping him alive for only a moment.
Oh, he's going in.
Still hanging on to this. The winner's curse is ready, but the roll through on XM. They did manage to kill the Tiny, but they won't get anybody else.
Look at X-Nova. He's just getting zoned back.
Yeah.
Like, the Dragon was on him. The Lycan creeps are there. He's trying to get in there to create a good fight opportunity by baiting in Xin-Q, but he can't get the finish.
Yeah.
Because, how can you get in there as this Dragon?
Buying
Sorry,
another
Wyvern.
smoke.
Wyvern.
There you go.
My
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But there's particulars out there.
That's a crazy one. I mean, yeah, like going for these arcane boots first, you obviously understand you want that, but like some extra mobility, this is the thing that this hero struggles with a lot in this game. But another tier 1 tower taken. That's 3 of them down, and still stacks are being built.
Yeah, this is, of course, the specialty of Shadow Demon. Very easy to do multiple camp stacks. And he's even going to get back to his own wisdom here. So very happy Soxa right now.
You can see top net worth still being held by the Jug. And oh my God, not a camp stack.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been watching across. It's like, where? It doesn't exist.
Wow. I mean, I guess if they know they're going to be giving up a lot of the map early, stacking camps just like makes that eventual steal worse.
I actually think they would have lost their stacked camps.
Yeah.
Had they stacked near their ancients, I do think BZM would have just simply stolen them.
Interesting. I mean, I guess with the Jug pick, they kind of knew what was coming. It was going to be this early pushing, and so they're like, we're just going to give up the areas where we need to, make sure that they fight for the runes, though. Ame getting jumped on now. Do they have enough to bring down the Troll? Zipping in, chasing for more. X-Nova nearby. Does still have that cold embrace. Waiting, turns, pops the ulti.
He's got to pop it, he thinks.
Yeah. And now he's not free from this. It's still not completely safe for Ame, and he drops.
Oh, that hurts.
Wow.
That's a really painful death because he's into a dangerous road coming up here soon. We have an Orchid being built by 3-3. He wants to create this opportunity where they can target the Troll, throw the Orchid on him, and then he has no choice. Like, right? He has to build into this Manta to escape from that, to have the opportunity to go into his ultimate while being targeted by a Storm and a Juggernaut.
The late game team fight from XG is very good, but I'm starting to have some doubts on if they're going to be able to get there. There are those other couple of big items that are coming up, for instance, the Beastmaster and the Pango in terms of these Aghanim Scepters, but that Orchid, it creates some problems for Troll that nobody else can really solve.
Yeah,
he's got to do it himself.
And BZM's about to have his Witchblade, so he's gotten his little Holy Locket to help him out here, but he's going to have a little bit of damage to help out here. So they can actually go for these finishes. And then it's time to just start making moves with the Golem. I'm sure that will be the plan here from Tundra and XG. It's kind of a matter of like, how much can you get before this pressure comes in? There is a very important item coming. We're gonna have the Aghanim Scepter done here for XXS. So now, he is now a hero. He's garnered something else to assist. But, you know, a lot of the value of the Aghanims outside of taking objectives comes down to how the fight plays out as BZM jumps in Q.
They go, try and blow him up. He's already used his Avalanche, and Xin-Q, is he going to pop to that? Cold Embrace comes in. Meanwhile, they just dropped a Golem onto XXS. He turns and starts beating it down. The Golem being used actually makes this scary for Tundra.
Yeah, I think what happened is he was worried about BZM, because BZM was kind of getting wrapped on a little bit.
Oh no, Ame. Forced to pop it again. He's fully trapped in by the Lycan here. Nowhere left to go.
When the dog walks you.
Oh no, Ame in trouble. And in spite of the butterfly, it's going to be a second death for Ame.
And although he's dying, this is what you get with the Ags.
They scan it though. They know immediately, but no Golem.
No Golem, no ability to get here. I mean, BZM, he has no TP, he has no mana anyway. He does have a great healing Lotus, but you know, it is slow.
They're zipping. They're thinking about it. Tundra starting to run down the river. They're going to get there, I think, just a little bit too late. XXS gets the Aegis. Chrysali's going to drop the army side, and it goes over to the Mars.
That was crazy.
Unreal. Do they find him? Can they kill him? XXS still surviving. XXS jumps in. He finds Toby. Oh, how is this working? Now they get that Cold Embrace. The winner's curse on top of Roar. Oh, you hate to see it, but he might be in trouble. Disruption save. Sox is right there. Do they have enough to catch and kill onto Chrysalis? Looking down, finding yes! XG win a fight they should not have won. And they managed to put it together. And he still has the Aegis.
You know, this... I feel like this fits what's been happening at the Road to the International. It was a risk, and it feels like taking risks almost never works out right now.
Oh, It was a risk for Tundra to go in and fight that. Exactly.
Like, I think throwing out that Omni Slash was just so dangerous.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the vision issue, right? He doesn't know. He can't see that those creeps are still in there, so he's just like, he thought he had something there. But I'm sure versus the Beastmaster anyway, he kind of assumed that that wasn't going to be it. He was thinking like, oh, I'll get the spin down. But he doesn't want to chase XXS there. He gets pulled back. And even though some of the spells didn't quite sync up the way you'd hoped, it still went pretty well for XG.
Unbelievable.
He was close to having spin here too, but I mean, he's just surrounded at this point. Ame's coming back up. And this game evened out, if not in the favor of XG at this point, because that really does put a damper on this ability to keep on pushing for Tundra.
It's bought time. That's the most important part of it, for sure. That was the Aegis that I think you're supposed to get from Tundra and, start walking down tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm not sure what the game plan is.
I mean, that is definitely a wipe all 3 tier 2 towers Aegis. I think without a doubt, they're all gone if you get that. So now they are able to just regroup, focus up, grab the Tormentor. So that'll go over to Toby. At the same time, Xingqiu did finish his Blink Dagger on this Tiny, which obviously opens up a whole new avenue in how to defend these objectives and take these team fights.
Well, next up for XXS is going to be a Lotus, which can make a really big difference when playing against a Juggernaut, as well as several of these other heroes. But looking to the 21-minute Wisdom, and I think that XG are going to try and sneak away the Dyers. Radiant scanning right now, seeing that they're not over by theirs, at least for the moment.
They do love to give these to Ame.
No, yeah, they're backing out. So they're not going to go and try and contest.
Yeah,
They saw that nobody was at theirs.
Yeah, they're hoping to just give Ame theirs and focus in there, but not able to get there in time. So that's going to go to Soxa again.
Can I really hear you? Oh shit!
As he hits level 12, gets the second point in this demonic purge.
Yo, what's the eye? What's the eye, bro?
Think about like all of that stuff and what could have gone differently. But they get the Aegis kill just in time, and now 33 going to have to summon a new creep for himself. It's the Marsh Mage. Kind of a weird one. Love the Croaker more personally because it does that.
Yeah, but this guy looks cool. Look at that staff.
That's true.
Yeah, he's got a swag. Pretty awesome.
No one can
I think we should
hear
get that as
you.
a cosmetic in some of the heroes.
Really?
As like the new Tide skin or
You
something.
can, you can.
No,
What
I
the
was thinking,
hell?
like, you get this, just the staff. Like you killed him and took his staff, you know? Yeah, he's got a swag. So this,
No one can
there was
hear
a
you.
plumber on the panel. I don't know if you guys saw that. He mentioned that XG
You
tended to
can.
have
What the
many
hell?
fights, which I thought was very good because that is something they have consistently done. That's why they win these fights, because it's not super formulaic. They play it, more like this idea of there's so many ways to get in the engagements every single time that it's very difficult to predict how the fight's going to break down. You look at Tundra, how does the fight start? Storm zips. Like, is there really anything else? Like, either they're hitting a tower and that starts the fight, but if they want to get aggressive, it's a storm zip every single time. Right? You're not just going to like Lycanroll and run it very often for a good 5v5 situation. You look at XG, we got a Blink Dagger on a Tiny, we got a Beastmaster who can like frontline into a Roar, we got Pango Roll, and then we're going to have this mobility and longer cast range eventually on the X-Nova here too. So it's much harder to predict how the engagements are going to go on the side of Tundra. They have to try and like figure out what XG are doing. And XG can sort of position, always thinking like, where's the storm zip?
And play around that continuously, absolutely. A smoke up now is they're going to try and bait out Ame for a moment as they get ready to walk uphill. XXS sees the Watcher, does not see the Storm, which is lurking nearby. The rest of the team also wrapping around. They just also finished a Blink Dagger, weirdly enough, on the Lycan. So he's got a way to get immediately into the fight with this Blink Orchid.
Alright, I like this. This brings me back. This is some TC Dota, you know? This is some old school. This is like buying the blink on the hero that you don't really expect it, and then you're like, yeah, this kind of makes sense, you know, because it synergizes with whatever item you bought. Or just the way that you need to win a fight in this case.
I think the one thing that's scary about it, though, is that it's also like kind of doubling down on an idea that's already been answered. With the exception of XM. Because
a Manta.
Troll has a Manta, Beastmaster finished a Lotus, and now Pango, I mean, he doesn't have a way to deal with it yet. So that's something to watch for. You could also potentially see the jump.
Try to be commentator, oh bro, I cannot, bro. We just watch. We watch party, watch party.
If he's able to spot out that Wyvern, then you could jump him with the Lycan.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this Lotus could be really nice too, especially if Storm zips in without BK being first.
Oh,
you know, suddenly you're just yeeted.
BZM almost BKB.
But you can see Tundra,
Wajib
they
dah
are
jadi.
not comfortable
Oh
with
shit.
trying to make any big moves at this point, and actually
Kayak
Chrysalis
gini,
is
bro.
starting to get a bit more farmed. I believe that's the full
Jadi
butterfly,
butterfly.
or close to it at least, coming on out. No, still waiting for the talisman. Okay.
Yeah, you shift around that inventory a little bit.
But
XXS getting a little aggressive here, almost runs into Toby, but Toby walks it off.
And not willing to commit much. And I mean, this is again all into the favor of XG right now. I'm at least feeling like them going into the later stages will start to feel better, but Tundra have a couple scary windows when they can keep this push going, particularly if they manage to get the next Roche.
Yeah, and you heard the panel talking about like scaling supports. That Shadow Demon, great. You know, heading into the late game, you're always gonna have this opportunity to just ruin the way that they want to go into a fight. As we do start one here.
Jump in, Zincu, avalanche toss.
Oh,
They drop the
golem.
golem. Connection, XM, roll through onto 3. It's pretty good, and Chrysalis tries to spin it off, and now realizing that's not going to work so well. They are all grouped together. 5 heroes of Tundra.
Where's Xnova? He just, you know, kind of scary.
They just don't have a great way to
Oh,
make this function.
ada mana itu? No mana, no mana.
What's the follow-up?
Ame, halo.
Starting to drop huge amounts of damage.
Oh, ai.
Saksa, key play. Need to find more. Can they get it? Ame is low. Ame is dead. Tundra, they've outlasted so far with that healing ward.
Do you want to chase into Curse though? XXS stands.
Needs to be careful. There it is. The winner's Curse connection onto 33.
Mati.
Do they have enough damage?
Mati. Buru.
Omni slash onto the Beastmaster and then hits over to the side. XM trying to play cleanup. Gets down Saksa. Maybe a chance here for him to bring down the rest of these heroes. He needs a few more hits. BZM. He gets the triple though.
Oh shit.
Double on Chrysalis. Too much sustain.
Oh, focusing down, getting Ame at the beginning there. They lose it on so much of their damage on the side of XG. And they just hold out. They don't allow too good of a curse. You know, it was good targeting the fact that they're able to get down 3-3, but
Rush
after
up,
that,
rush
Saksa,
up.
he does go down, unable to save his ally, but then there's that cleanup from BZM. That's going to put him up to 12 galvanized charges now.
Oh, man.
As they're going to get some revenge here and grab a Roche for themselves.
Ame diincar.
How many heals did Toby throw out?
Look how close Ame is when he pops his ulti here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was crazy. Then the silence comes.
Yes.
Like, that was wild.
And we are seeing the problem of the XG draft right now. Not a great way for them to find those backline supports. They're just free casting.
It's also, we're talking about like these abilities they have in these big team fights, but they're not synchronizing, right? Like the Pango roll happens, it ends, then Tundra start their fight. And also, you know, a full Omni Slash coming out was pretty huge too.
Oh yeah. Full on all of those heroes, and you can see here the cleanup.
I like Toby.
Yeah.
Just standing here throwing in his right clicks.
Every little bit helps.
A 7K lead now here for Tundra. Of course, we have seen that gold leads mean pretty much nothing this tournament. Plenty of comebacks have happened. But it's more than just gold. You know, they have this Aegis. They have this ability to push waves pretty safely. They're going to start trying to contain XG. And now try and march down these tier 2 towers that they were hoping to get a little bit earlier in this game, I imagine.
I gotta say, Ame is just exploding in a couple of these fights, though. He's gotta get some more stuff going for himself.
It's coming. The BKB is only 100 gold away.
And a disruption into push is what it looks like we're going to be seeing. Saksa sends out the illusions. And in the meantime, the goal for XG is what it's continued to be. Farm, farm, farm. Find a pick when you can. As MKB is going to be the next bet for Ame. And another Blink Dagger, this time for the Jug.
I like this. This is just another way to sort of give these ideas of how to start fights to heroes that traditionally don't build a way to do it, right?
Right.
Better ways to try and outplay and make sure that you're not just like super one-dimensional for your opponents.
Ame might show for a second here. on this wave, but is very far back, recognizing the danger that could be coming his way.
Oh.
Is he? Do they know?
Oh.
Okay, he sees the poison and
Lari Ame.
Banish, he went back over. Okay, no, they're not close enough though that it's gonna matter.
Tumblr's toy's crazy.
Yeah. Jump in. They see that Ame's not there, and now they feel like they can go. An
you
immediate catch and kill on XM.
That lack of dispel, just deadly still for that Pangolier as Xnova and ZenQ both going to TP out.
Manages to escape. Hide and seek. That's the game that XG are playing.
Toby lurking nearby Ame here. Ame, of course, no chance at an MKB as he didn't finish that BKB. So in the 1v1 versus Chrysalis, he's going to have a bit of a rough time right now. But Toby decides there is no play here. He's going to let Ame go. Now
close to kill his courier.
Close to a blink as well here on Soxa. That's going to be another massive change in these engagements. And Xnova seeing the struggle in this game. I mean, 4,800 net worth now. That blink dagger, he knows it's not really coming very easily, so he's gone for the Pavise instead.
More ways to try and keep his team alive. As a smoke up with 3. 33 joins the rest of the fray. Manta to back away. And so that initiation, when it doesn't work, ends up getting away freely on XG.
Yeah, it's going to push them back, though, while they grab Tormentor, so.
You know, I gotta say, I felt like we were going to be getting more out of this Aegis this time around, but not any of the tier 2 towers have fallen yet for XG.
Yeah, I guess it kind of comes back to something we were talking about before we went live, this idea of just like taking risks.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those situations where even going to a tier 2 is a bit of a risk right now because you're playing versus this Wyvern versus this Pango. Why bother? Why not just farm up the entire map right now?
Gila kaya kali nih Jaggernya.
More defensive items on our heroes before we commit to anything too large. Now, if the fight occurs, if there's some sort of a pick-off they can go for, I'm sure they'll opt for it. As, I mean, they can even see now the push up top has caused, like there's so much vision up top, they've seen that, like, oh, okay, we're safe down here. You know, we can go for this tower.
Well, we'll instead start to move towards the mid lane a little bit. BZM, again, threatens with the jump. XM is nearby. And they call off any extra hits that way. But they pressure, take that bottom tier 2 tower. Juggernaut shoves out the wave the entire way through and is getting close to a swift blink now. After AC completed on Lycan. Man, they're getting some big items.
Yeah, Ame's illusions aren't enough to stop this big wave with the help of the Lycan Wolf as Xnova now. He's going to be that pick-off.
What the fuck?
Should be a pretty easy bring down. So they find and kill the Wyvern.
BZM wants a little bit more here as he gets the regen.
Aegis expiring, jumping. And we'll find a creep. Extra 100 gold in the bank. No problem.
Nice. Toby gets the wolf. Let's go. And look at this. Chrysalis just, with the help of the dragon, taking that tower down as his allies moving towards
no.
Yeah, bullying movement. That's what you want to see. And the areas where you can farm right now on XG are few and far between. I do like this eventual Shiva's pick that they're getting on Beastmaster. It feels like with all the heals, that was a big part of that sustained live that happened for Tundra last time around.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of value into this game for sure. ZenQ going for these high skill items as well. Grabbing something trying to interrupt some of these plays. You know, you have these blinks coming in from heroes. You just immediately get a Yules on them. I'm not memeing. Yules is a high skill item.
No, I'm with you. I was I was laughing because I looked and I saw there's 3 greedy enchantments on all of the supports that could get it.
You love the greedy.
Oh, the greedy is good, man.
You're checking it every game.
Well, you know, you got this blink dagger queued up for Xnova. That's how you get there eventually. We don't have the only one without it.
We don't have any dormant curios left. That's always my go-to. I love those. So, if you're XG right now, are we contesting the Roche or are we going to wait for high ground?
Kontes Roche lah, kontes Roche
I kind of
dulu.
feel like you can like lightly contest, but that's how they got into that terrible fight last time.
Yeah, but
and
the
lost
first
5.
one was really good.
That's true.
You
that
know,
one
they're
was
50-50 on Roche fights this game.
That's true. Now, one of them came right afterwards, didn't even lose the Aegis.
I would say with how XG have played so far this tournament, I would imagine them to try and push out these waves, try and get some vision down, and contest the Roche.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
BZM leading the charge again. And zips on forward, finds X-Nova. Ame right there, gets the root.
Aish.
Ulti, BZM forced to pop his BKB.
BKB kepake.
And then get out of here. Wait, jumps back in. TP buddy.
Oh, meanwhile, we got a smoke coming in. Chrysalis coming close to XM and XinQ. Ulti drop by Toby.
What do they have on the docket? XM gets caught and killed, shows the value of that Omni Slash, and now XinQ in further trouble. Tundra hitting hard, finding kills.
Gila 33 ini anjing.
Arcane rune, so he's okay with burning a little bit.
Di
Just to get
Hyper
up
lah
his
ini.
allies. This amplify damage rune annihilated that Pango, and now it is coming for your towers.
And jumps forward, Chrysalis by the tier 4s.
Jeez, danger there for X-Nova. That could have been a disaster.
And ready at a moment, they throw out the Splitter Blast. Do also have another Cold Embrace, so these towers are going to live a little bit longer. They also have Shiva's done now for the Beastmaster. Tier 3 tower down. Jump in. There. Roar on the Shadow Demon. It's a good target.
Shadow Demon nya.
For the kill. No.
Ay.
X-Nova bought back. He's coming.
Chrysalis going hunting. Ethereal mode. A couple more hits is all they need. They got to take down that Shadow Demon. He's in further trouble with Chrysalis just walking away. BCS on X-Nova going. But do they have enough damage? Needs a few more out.
Oh, nice.
XinQ gets him.
And X-Nova lives.
He might be able to do a bit. I mean, BZM is inside the base still while the
Laikennya selamat anjing. Laikennya aja lah.
Do they take down any more? Toby is gonna fall. But the hold happens.
Nova dieback anjing, kasihan. Anjay, posisi kamera baru ya.
And now the third Roche has spawned.
It was almost an instant spawn. And Jug is not here. Do they realize though? Are they gonna go and check? Oh man, that was a huge moment.
You got summons. Surely you're gonna go. Soxa did scout already. He also knows what's up. He threw poison in there.
They have buyback. I kind of feel like you have to go for something here, but also it was Tundra that got the last Roche, so they're not gonna get a roar. And so I think they just get this in time.
I mean, Soxa sees it, but
they're on the other side of the map. They cannot get here in time.
Ada sentry.
Oh, third Roche going the way of XG.
That is an Aegis. That is a refresher. And that is some cheese to the team that mere seconds ago was losing a mid lane of racks. And it was only the range racks that went down.
Oh man, this is.
Melee belum dapat.
I'm starting to feel it. It did cost a buyback from the Wyvern, but well worth it considering what they were able to get out of it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Shiva's now claimed for BZM, still an 11k gold lead, but signs of life for XG.
And you think about how that push started too, right? It was an amplified damage rune on a Jug who managed to get the ulti onto the Pango. You can't really be sure this stuff's going to happen again.
Oh yeah. 9k on that gold lead. And where are we going to go now as Tundra? Because again, they are really far ahead. The gold lead is into their favor. You're getting these big items, but they're playing now into an Aegis. I mean, I do feel like they've shown that they have what it takes to sort of team fight with XG in the late game. But do they want to try and just sort of delay out longer? Is there a point where they sort of run out of steam a bit here? Tough to know.
Yeah, these are the questions.
Shit.
But right now, you can see the confidence is back a little bit here as they move outside. There is a great Ob Sentry combo inside their base right now, so there is some good vision here for Tundra. Maybe they can take advantage of it to try and find
Gak dikasih ke?
But for now, they don't really see a whole lot of what's going on. They're trying to just keep pushing this bottom lane, using the creeps, but XXS
Roar 2 kali nggak mati sih. Kacau ya.
You could see there too a Ghost Scepter picked up for the Pango, understanding the danger in this game. Of course, with Soxa in it, you've also got the Demonic Purge that can come out, and then you're just done.
Yeah.
Oh, Ame decides to go for Satanic after the MKB.
Yeah, he's got himself double Dispel here, so very helpful. And we are going to have, it looks like 2 Abyssals at some point here as well. Chrysalis, you know, not exactly sure what he's going to do. He's got a few items going on right now.
Yeah, the Swift Blink seems like it makes sense. A straight up refresher bought now on the Beastmaster.
And the Shard is sitting on the Pango.
Refresher, Beastmaster, let's go.
24 on Beast, XXS. has had a pretty standout game after a rough laning stage. And now a smoke up with 5. Tundra. Are they going to realize what's happening?
Speaking of which, it is the plus 50% Blade Dance lifesteal on that Jug, so
okay,
that could be very pivotal in these fights. But you know, that Shiva's certainly helpful.
Oh, and actually going for the shard on Troll now too. Ame has that one coming out for himself.
True.
So the extra percentage chance to throw out ranged attacks at the same time. Nullifier for XM. It's going to be the next call, but as has been the case so far in this game, the big save is that guy, Saksa, and does not care about the Nullifier.
Well, he does have an A on disc, so
that's true.
He might care a little bit.
He'll care about that when he's saving other people. He doesn't care.
That's going to help. There was also a Force Staff just picked up by Toby too, so that's another issue for that.
Jadi itu Nullifier-nya XM.
And Tormentor will be coming up here shortly. XG in a very good position for it.
Anjing, Jo. Skornya cuma 15-7.
Yeah, they're even pulling out the Lotus pools. I think, are they trying to get enough for a block of cheese? Roar mid. Finds him.
Oh, mid. Terus nice. Roar.
He did not like Toby, and that was 763 gold gained for that.
Okay, I mean, it helps out, right?
Double
at the same time. He has a couple people smoking next to him right now.
Roar back up in 15 seconds because of that level 25.
Should Toby buy back here?
Saksa looks for a jump, immediately catching, trying to blow him up with the cold embraces there. Another way to save it.
Ada TP dia.
He's rooted. BZM able to get out. Oh, last second, able to get the stun from the Croaker.
Okay, Toby bought back for this. There's still Troll ulti. They have not gotten anything here.
A dangerous situation. 25 seconds until the Aegis is back up. How much do they have in the tank right now on Tundra to fight this?
I think they want to try and kite this, right? If you can get a disruption or something, try and like bait them into a bad fight right now if you can. And XG are backing away because they don't want that. They don't want to fight with no Aegis. There's no point.
Playing it safe. They get the double roar, they find themselves the kill, they walk down mid, they get a buyback as well.
And they're going to start pushing this wave. They're going to try and find something right now. There's a circle there from BZM. He encircles exactly where they are.
Look at XG, they're just running back to the base.
They're drawing the exact same line that Tundra are moving on right now. They're perfectly predicting this. Will this Swift Blink open something up for Chrysalis? Will he get lucky with a bash? What does he have?
Jumps in, zips, finds one.
Lotus! Lotus!
He pops the ulti, trying to stay alive.
Holy shit!
Ame turns back now onto the jump.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Gila anjing.
Kill and now looking for more. That's 2 down.
Wah.
XXS, but he's just running.
33 is
Apa chatnya? Holy Lotus. Holy shit.
over to the other side. 2 fights going on.
Cinema.
Looks like XM is able to get away for a moment and the Pango rolls.
Wah, mati dong.
Mode, trying to survive.
Selamat! What the fuck?
I can't believe XM did that. Getting away with murder. Also finds himself the storm. The toss no. He gets the
Oh, BKB kepake.
Tundra.
Anjing.
In shambles after that.
Shit, bro.
They got torn apart.
They look the same, I'll tell you that, since the break. This is XG. They have not lost a step right now.
Gila, cowok.
Opponent's net worth lead to gain more gold.
Satu Lotus anjing. Balik fight-nya.
They do not have a warlock.
Oh, troll high ground. Hancur lah.
I mean, also no golem for 80, so even when he's back up, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a full lane of racks for XG as they take this down. And I mean, how much more do they want to go for? What's the call, XG? Still 18 seconds to
Bisa tuh dapat satu rack.
is behind them, and Pango is not quite here yet. Oh, Ame's just gonna lead his illusions there and slowly back away.
Chill.
Nova's just calling for the retreat, drops the vision behind him.
3. Oh, I thought he was gonna go in, but no. He is sending in his creep and finds XM.
Probability win 36.
Still in favor of Tundra somehow, but it's starting to swing, I think.
I mean, if they eventually win a fight, it'll be great.
Yes.
Just So far, they consistently have not been able to do that. Yeah, Ame is picking up the lion's share of this gold, so just immediately buys himself bots too.
And buys out.
Travel.
So
Travel.
buy back in, a couple of creep camps, but if the fight happens before then, that could be a problem.
And they're still staying on the aggressive here, going in behind the creep wave, thinking, hey, they come on out. But, I mean, they have ops and sentry in this area, so they're pretty sure it's empty.
AI prediction.
Hoping that someone's smoking through, they can catch them off guard, perhaps.
Oh
As
my
Sox
God,
is
dude.
lurking in behind, grabbing these waves right now, trying to delay things once more.
Do whatever they can to stop the push that they know might be coming back their way. And the other thing now, too, is that with bots 2 online, Ame has the buyback TP in play to potentially just end it if the fight looks good.
That is true.
True.
They have so much split push potential on Tundra, though. It's very annoying. Like, we got the multiple wolves now for the Lycan. He got the +2 at 25. So he's sending them out right now. He's got his Helm of the Overlord creep. You got a Storm Spirit who's zipping around. And have we gotten a good catch for this Storm yet?
Anything ya.
Like, we don't have Scythe really.
Angkap dia. Bunuh tuh. Itu tuh.
Tries to blink away, TP out. Do they find him?
Stun please.
Yeah, he was here for so long too. X-Nova will find his ward though.
XD.
Okay, if this guy's been here for that long, he definitely dropped some vision. So, good eye on that one.
But again, you bring all those people over, what are Tundra doing? Shoving out all of those lanes. They've got one in, pushed very far on bottom. They do see Ame bottom alone.
XSS, Lotus is forced out here, but doesn't panic BKB.
Yeah, and Ame now TP's mid and realizes we're in the area.
I mean, it's when you look at a creep wave and you got 5 wolves on it from the shard, and you're just like, okay, this is a little crazy.
Chrysalis shows on the wave, so does Ame. Underneath some sentries, but no great.
Oh, roar! BKB!
There it is,
Roar lagi!
away with that Aeon disc.
Tinggal on this babi.
Hitting onto these creeps, but off to the side, it's BZM that was able to blow up X-Nova.
Oh.
Roar now, connection.
XM.
Enough to bring down BZM. BZM zips away. Second roll now coming from XM.
We're still holding Omni Slash.
There's
Wait,
a bunch of team fight that can come out here from Tundra. Can't get out.
Mati dia!
33 gets
Just locked down, no way out. Bot back on X-Nova to secure the Roche pit. They're still
Nice.
chasing
Toss,
them.
toss,
They're not
toss.
happy with just Roche.
ready for a moment. Toss away Chrysalis, but the Omni Slash waits for a target.
Oh, nice ulti.
Is it enough for the finish though? No! Ame hits, now immediately away and Satanic's back up. They even passed the cheese over to him. But they need to back out now on XG. They might be a bit too far forward.
Chill
Even
dulu.
without 33, it's a
Malah
dangerous time
buyback.
to stick around.
And they know too, right? There's no worries here. Go back, get another Aegis cheese refresher shard. And Tundra, what can you do?
The roar is there. They know it's going to be dropping quick. Tundra. We always knew that this could have been an option.
There's still a curse right now.
Oh.
There's no Omni Slash.
Think about a zip. BZM not going in yet. The roar
Oh,
is there.
the roar!
Chrysalis
Ah, di slot,
is
saksa.
his life. Roche falling low. Not dead yet.
Kosongin slot. Ambil lagi saya.
BZM, no, they curse right
Nice.
at the end.
Cheese.
Great play by X-Nova. And that's
Oh, ditos.
battle.
Kena root.
Rooted.
Ay! Wah!
Caught by XM.
Anjing.
And then able to zip away. But the damage has been done. XG.
Habis tu.
China is back, baby.
Bro, bunuh Shadow Demon dulu
Hold
menang.
out on that curse there. Make sure there wasn't going to be a zip in steal because he definitely had the moment. But it was taken away by X-Nova. And these buybacks have been very clutch from him. Not diebacking after. And just helping to secure these objectives. And there's also an amplified damage rune here.
Dede.
Too.
All of this being done by X-Nova without a blink dagger. He's still got it queued up and soon will be ready for more jumps. But again, this constant question comes back up. Do you want to try and walk high ground, threaten high ground?
Oh,
Or maybe
nice.
when they
Holy shit, okay.
Oh, that one hurts. I mean,
Ada buyback dia.
Buyback.
Buyback. China is back.
Surely they're going to push right now. Dead Storm Spirit, 2 cheese, an Aegis, a refresher shard. They are coming high ground right now.
Okay.
You got to do something to stop this.
They're calling for a wraparound. Chrysalis is trying to get an angle for an insane Omni Slash. He's decided this is the play for them right now.
You've got to do something. You need anything you can get. Fatal bombs
No,
can
agak
also go
nim.
crazy here if they can get the right opening, the right initiation. But after they get the entire racks, they just back out. Now underneath vision, Ame moves over, takes away the ward, and that stops it.
They don't want to go in, like, if they haven't bought back already.
Yeah.
You know, they're just going to sack the racks instead, knowing they have a tier 2 bottom. So they will hold that. They're going to give BZM his opportunity for perhaps another buyback after.
Terlalu better than Jack.
Bottom lane for the Megas.
Very fortunate for Tundra that they had not lost that bottom tier 2 tower yet. You can see Dota Plus, in spite of the dominant position, they feel like it's still just 50-50. And to be honest, you win one fight with this Tundra lineup at this stage of the game, they could run down lanes. It's a possibility, but it's feeling harder and harder for it to function.
Can they kill Ame twice, though? I mean, once is hard enough. Oh, Vlad's as well. That's a GG Vlad's right there from ZinQ.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Flying that out. He just wants a little last item, squeeze out every bit of juice he's got left. He's got no buyback anyway, so he wants to give his team an aura to go high ground.
You know, and we talked about it. Do you take the risk as XG to go high ground? You got double cheese, you got Aegis for 2 minutes. They're still not willing to. This is a patient team. They have waited years to get back into this situation to be playing at TI. They can wait another 10 minutes.
Also, more fantasy points.
True enough. Condolences to those that didn't lock in yet. But we are ready to keep that pressure on. And for Tundra, got to find some wraparound, some way to break the status quo.
This is the kind of game, too, that if you lose this as Tundra, like, it hurts. Because it feels like you've been controlling a lot of this game, right? You've always had the kill lead. A lot of the game, you've had the gold lead. And yet you just couldn't quite sync things up the way that you were hoping for with this lineup.
Well, and it was, you know, one specific moment of going for that Roche fight that really started the turn. And then it was like everything else after that also starting to fall apart bit by bit. A disruption onto Ame. XM immediately ready to cover his carry.
Yeah, I really foolishly believed this wasn't going to happen. I was like, this game won't go long.
Babi, asli.
One way or another,
Sejam
it'll
ini,
be a
Cok.
quick one.
You know, there's a lot of people that weren't quite sure also if, you know, this team was going to be able to maintain that level of play going into, you know, the international itself playing. But when the games go late, China somehow always seems to be able to pull out these amazing comebacks.
Yeah, I think for me watching XG and Tidebound, it has definitely looked like it's just this surplus of tools that they have as we get to this late game. Because they're just so good at breaking down these team fights, and it's like they've already thought about all these different permutations, and they have these ideas and these combos they want to use, and all of this together, there must be like some just very strong, either just insight that they already have, or communication of just how these fights can happen and all the different tools we have to make them go our own way, right?
So they hold on to this high ground there, Chrysalis. You know, this is the one downside, too, when you're playing Battle Fury heroes that don't have a helm also. It means you have to, like, show on a wave, and then you might die. Otherwise, you can just send down creeps. It's fine.
It is crazy that we have heroes that buy Battle Fury and helm. I just want, the fact that you had to point that out is insanity.
One of them got banned, you know?
I know.
So still floating a lot of gold at this point. BZM opting, of course, like you talk about, for the Hex instead of something like an Aghanim Scepter.
XM is getting close here. That we're very concentrated.
Saksai di atas. Bisa nih. Oh, active di belakang.
Now the golem to try and turn it. 33 right on
Habis di Omni.
BZM gone again in the winner's
Nice.
and the wolf has been leashed.
Oke. Gak ada saksa.
Takes them both down. Can they find more of the TP away? Looks, but not quite able to break that one. Roar.
Nice.
They take down another 3 clutch kills.
Let's go.
Back from BZM, it was not able to get back into this fight.
You know, I'm starting to think that this Troll Warlord hero might be a problem in the late game. Because it would appear there's nothing you can do when you're just constantly being rooted and dying.
You're not wrong. It's kind of crazy how that functions.
Chrysalis, he's looking for a snipe. This is a dangerous play.
I mean, you got to do something right. Oh, he didn't go for it. Wanted to save the Omni Slash.
Toby.
Close to an explosion.
Oh, fire!
Kicking up to the high round. Toby is going to be killed. And now the silence onto the still manages to kill the golem. They buy back on 33. XG wanting to close out this game here.
They're thinking about it.
Sans Aegis, they move in. Now the pull back. There's the buyback on all the
heroes.
Left in the tank.
Back.
Dead socks up. Chrysalis tries to back away. Still has Omni Slash when he comes out of this. Ame still alive.
Carry diff.
On to towers. 33.
Carry diff.
Do they have anything else left in the tank?
Root. XM. What the fuck? Oh. Okay.
They buy back on Jug. He needs a little bit more time before he can get Omni Slash back up. 5 seconds, but in that time, the racks are gone.
Holy shit, 100k fever.
Taking the theme a little bit too seriously, heading into outer space there, but it didn't matter because he got the very important leading stun on 3-3, which gave the roots over.
Okay, so far so good.
One last chance to dance for the Juggernaut. Can he get in there and make
Kalau keluar dari map deh.
It does not look like it as they step themselves forward. There's the connection.
Oh, troll tidak. Hush. Kenapa dia nggak mau beli Aghanim coba? Jaggernya.
XG continuing to show this beautiful defense that they
Shit,
have in
let's
these games.
go.
They didn't have stacks early. They were falling behind on
Prediction
network,
tracer.
but they gave the space and the time to Ame. And once again, he comes through in the clutch. His team sets him up so well for success.
Nggak predik di Twitch-nya. Ini kan belum lagi, masih game pertama, BO3 ini.
Performance from XG and for that man right there, you got to come up with some new answers.
Okay.
What could they have done better? We'll find out in game number 2 as we head back to the panel.
Shit.
I'm definitely going to be asking those questions here because this early game was a little bit more Tundra favored than we were really expecting, Lacoste. We thought that it was going to be Extreme Gaming from those lanes, definitely into team fights.
Kayak skill 2 UD, hilang langsung.
But early on, it was just a different story.
Absolute cinema.
Them to do, especially this bottom lane with the Lycan and Shadow Demon. I think Saksa did a very good job making sure that Lycan is getting the farm. He's the one getting the first blood as well. It's a bit of a slower game as we kind of expected as well, seeing that the Extreme Gaming, they have a lot of slow entries to the game. And Tundra, they needed to really try to close out the game relatively early on.
Gila sih tadi.
They tried to do, but
Satu Lotus di Omni.
Yeah, and I think XG capitalized so well on these
Ame
mistakes.
Pinoy Pride anjing.
This is what they've done. You can see that they've isolated like what is the way that we're going to win the team fight, which was somebody deal with Saksa. And then Troll, Ame, can go completely ham on everybody else. He counters all of the cores of Tundra. And it's like the one time that they were able to pull that off, the game goes completely in their direction. And up until that point, it was legitimately, they were just biding their time. They were just waiting.
And it's also the fact that I felt like XG really utilized being on the Radiant side because it actually meant that they could kill Roshan between 15 to 20 minutes. And because they already had a bad start from the lane, from the side lanes didn't really go well. And being able to claim that Roshan before it moves to the other side, which would probably allow Tundra to get it, I think that was like a really, really crucial moment in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about these side lanes not going so well. There were still a lot of rotations, and I think something that could have been a little bit better to swing this in the way of XG earlier was the rotations coming out of XM Penga.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 rotations weren't really successful. This is the second one. You know, some may say that he's not a licensed driver there, so he missed a couple of crucial kills in the early stages. And they kind of needed him to connect, right? Because they were having a tough time on the side lanes, and the Pango kind of needed to help them come back into the game.
That was also at 7 and 14 minutes, right? So they were not just fighting, they were fighting around an objective. They were trying to claim the Wisdom Shrine. So if you fail to connect on those kills, it's even more impactful than if you're just like randomly ganking a side lane because you have a rune or something like that.
But that also kind of speaks the strength of their overall lineup, right? They could make mistakes, but there are still a lot of options to come back into the game later with their lineup.
Yeah, we always talk about like when a draft is easy to execute, if there's those contingencies for XG, there was. First Roche is always a big one, Lacoste, when it comes to any game of Dota, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It does give you tempo. This is something that they wanted to get on Tundra, but also what happened prior to that is, you know, there's always going to be memes when you see Troll, the way he's trying to utilize his ulti, 33 running away, 900.
Oh my god.
It's just too funny to watch, and the Tundra realizes that XG realizes that at this point that they showed 3 heroes, so they immediately
Someone post Pangomba itu kena ban before they using team.
Is going to be holding that Aegis and using quite a lot on him. The fact that I like about this fight is also a bit of a polarizing between two offlaners, what they're doing. One finished the Helm, the other one didn't. He did go for the Aghanim Scepter with Winter Wyvern. It does allow him to get the sustain in this fight, because there's a lot of sustain overall on the side of Extreme Gaming. It does allow them to get the fight, and another good roll from XM to be able to finish off these.
I like the build from XXS, to be honest, because I feel like they understood on XG that all they needed to do was bide their time and go late game. And late game Beastmaster, he's not about the Helm Bomb too. Like, he's about even the Aghanim Scepter, this just kind of healing you. It's really about like Refresher, double BKB, double Roar, and we saw how much impact it was having in the team fight. So just if you have faith that you can get there, then I feel like the build makes sense. And that was where they wanted to win the game, because they had Troll versus a bunch of very good matchups for Troll.
Yeah, he truly understood his role. Like, he's the front line and he needs to be in front to soak up the damage. That's why he didn't go for the dagger. Usually sometimes you see Beast go dagger.
Yeah.
And they kind of had the dagger from like the other heroes, right? The Tiny, the Pangolier, and would actually love to see the Wyvern actually get the dagger earlier, because it kind of limited a lot of his team fight presence, because he didn't rush a dagger that game.
I think one of the biggest team fights that was an impact for is the one we're about to see here, right? It was 26 minutes around that Tormentor area, and it feels like so much of Tundra is grouping up together. If this Wyvern had have had that blink, it could have been a big swing.
He was also kind of connecting to the fight, so he was far away. But I could understand why the Troll decided I needed to hold the high ground. I cannot leave this area, you know? Yeah. But at the same time, if the Wyvern would have had a dagger, it would mean that this fight was going to be so easy, because he could have easily gotten at least a 2-man curse here, save the Troll, and maybe the team fight would just end right there.
You can see in this fight, this is what happens when SD is not the primary focus, is you have Ame ults, and the person that he ults gets imprisoned, and he gets kited, and then he dies. And this was the name of the game. It was, if they kill Soxa on XG, they win the fight. If they don't kill Soxa or deal with him, they don't win the fight.
That one was a double whammy as well, because Beast Roar was used on that target, and
Apakah
Shadow
dua
sitting there with
kosong?
enough range to be like, all I have to do is look at where this Roar is going out.
2-1.
That's my target, that's my teammate that I have to focus on saving.
Pretty much, but Shadow Demon, they focused Shadow Demon throughout the whole game for the pretty much last 25-30 minutes, because they realized, even though he had a couple of defensive items, Ether Lens, he was having Ghost Scepter as well, Aeon Disc on top of that, but you have heroes with the Blink Dagger, and as soon as they got Nullifier on Pangolier, this whole thing kind of changed, because they can initiate on top of him, get him to maybe even put him in a position where he's using the defensive disruption on himself, and then your Juggernaut is just straight up going to die, because you're playing into Curse, you're playing into Troll. This is not the matchup that you want to be fighting 1v1.
Yeah, it felt like the Jug was in that unstoppable, unkillable sort of area. I'm sure he felt it too on Chrysalis. We saw him going a little bit deep on that high ground push. This was one of the moments that we could have seen Tundra just close it out. Extreme Gaming wanted that late game. They were biting for it. It ended up paying off for them with such a good high ground defense. If this crumbled the Jenkins edge, who knows how it could have gone.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of timings that were very important. Like, I love Dota because you have so many like rock, paper, scissors type scenarios where like first the Ghost Scepter on Pango means that he can't be Jug ulted, and therefore Jug is stronger than Pango. And then once the Pango gets the Ghost Scepter, all of a sudden Jug is getting kited, and then Troll is stronger, and then SD comes in, and he's important, but SD is dead at the start of some of these fights or dealt with. So, I mean, that's just Dota, and it's basically like bide your time until you have that open window, and then try to take the good fight when that window is open.
I mean, it's also the fact that the SD kind of had too much to do in the team fights.
Eventually, yeah, eventually. It was,
and when you look at the XG lineup, they had, I think, equally distributed responsibilities among the other heroes. The Curse, the Embrace, the Raw, you know, they needed to go on SD with the Beast, and someone else has another duty boy, whereas the SD had to watch so many things.
It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to deal with.
Do you think that was one of the biggest unravelings then, Lacoste, when we look back at that, is how much pressure it was on one support, how little the rest of the lineup could really stop that support being targeted?
They try to end the game relatively early on side of Tundra. You saw this 23-minute Blink Dagger on Lycan with the Orchid as well, because he's playing into Winter Wyvern, so you want to have something to get on top of him and try to kill him before he can get the defensive item he did. But this is not your traditional itemization on Lycan, because you want to be building into maybe your Shard, maybe AC, your auras, but it was a way too difficult to take the fight. But once they get the items, Extreme Gaming, they managed to stabilize.
Yeah, this to me was the crucial fight for Extreme Gaming, and you mentioned the items, Lacoste. The reflected Omni Slash there, Jing Q used the Lotus Orb. Like, that was incredibly important. And then at the same time, XM is jumping the backline SD, and he has that nullifier that we talked about. So Saksa had to imprison himself, because this is the only thing that he can do that is not going to get purged by the nullifier. And if he's imprisoning himself, he can't imprison to save the reflected Omni Slash or the Roar or the Curse or all of these other things that he needs to do. So once again, like, this is just so XG, the way that they win games, is they find a way to perfectly execute a single fight, and then they turn it into an advantage for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's what makes them a really, really tough opponent right now. It's either you beat them really hard in the lane, and then you have to also be able to execute in a team fight, which actually kind of happened this game. Tundra won the lanes, but they couldn't really, I think, control the first Roshan, which was really, really crucial. And that kind of, I think, gave Extreme Gaming the time that they needed to get back into the game.
How would you deal? Well, actually, let's talk about our standout player, because he's on our screen, right? XXS here on that Beastmaster Jenkins. You're just like, there's no one else. I don't know. Pengo's kind of in there for discussion. XM did so well.
He's definitely in there. I mean, when you have a comeback like this, you pretty much have to shout out every player. Like we saw Jing Q had the Lotus Orb play in the most recent fight that we watched. But XXS, I feel like he had a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Like, he had the double roar. He had to go on the right targets. He picked up every Aegis. So they're saying, okay, you're going to carry the game. He was top of net worth the entire game as well. He was going for a scaling build.
I would give it to XM, because he found a new spot to be stuck in. I didn't even know that was possible. That's like an ending fight where they're basically fighting 4v5.
Imagine winning a game where you get stuck, and I'm sure when he pressed W, he's like, okay, now I'm gonna get out. He just gets even more stuck.
Yeah, that shows how much better their lineup is late game, because they won it basically 4v5 at that point. He didn't really do much apart. I think he had one stun on one hero initially, then he did nothing after that.
I wonder if anyone else out there has ever experienced being stuck in that situation before.
Oh no, Pango players, they find a new spot every
single time. It, yeah.
Yeah, they find all of the nooks and crannies there. We're also going to be looking, though, at some deeper details about this meta forming, just exactly how teams have adapted, because our biggest question mark has always been around this Helm of the Dom. What are people going to be doing within the next few days to counteract it, right? And for us, Purge, well, he knows exactly what these players are thinking about this item.
Thank you, Nat. Yes, the Helm of the Dominator is the item of the tournament so far, and how teams react to it at this point is really, really crucial to whether or not they win the tournament. And Tundra, being the Helm of the Dominator team, is certainly trying to solve this problem. But ultimately, it starts in the laning stage. They pick this very strong double heal safe lane, the Juggernaut, as well as the Warlock. Allows them to pump so many heals in, and then later get an advantage with their ranged heroes. So that basically results in a really fast, a slower Helm of the Dominator for the Beastmaster, but a faster Helm of the Dominator for the Lycan at 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And on the other side of the map, Beastmaster is still working towards his at 8 minutes. So this basically means your timing goes faster. 3-3 was able to use his Helm of the Dominator to kill the enemy tier 1, and because he got his so early, after killing it, he ends up bringing his creep all the way to the safe lane so that he can then defend against their opponent's one that ended up coming later. So this is going to delay the gold advantage that the XG got with their Helm of the Dominator while compounding their advantage. They even rotated those 3 heroes to slow things down. They did eventually give up on it, but the amount of minutes extra that it took for XG to take this tower over Tundra gave them a nice gold advantage and more map control. In the meantime, they were getting things done. The Helm of the Overlord, the stronger Helm of the Dominator here, ends up being finished at 12.5 minutes, which is very fast. They get a stronger creep in this one, the old Black Dragon, and then they're going to use that to pressure the map. So this laning stage that they drafted towards, to make sure that they had a better early game and a faster Helm of the Dominator, they countered their opponent's Helm of the Dominator moves, and then they used their bigger timing to end up pressuring mid towers as well. But what was on the other hand is that XG picked the heroes they did, knowing that they were going to have worse lanes because they would have better heroes for some of these solutions. They first glyph this tower, and then they bring the Winter Wyvern over. He grabbed a really weird facet, actually, that almost nobody takes that does allow you shield buildings. That would allow them to counteract this push that Tundra is doing. So both teams are on top of this Helm of the Dominator meta. They both have solutions to try to deal with those early pushes, and we'll see how this keeps cascading throughout the tournament, because this game, it was not good enough for Tundra.
Thank you so much, Purge. And we got more of that insight, just exactly what's happening, that people are willing to just sort of sacrifice their Helm of the Dominator creep to stop the pushes of the other Helm of the Dominator creep.
Meta is evolving, but meta is evolving also with the itemization. We saw a very interesting build coming out from BZM. This is not your traditional build by any means, because he was building into Holy Locket as his item with the Soul Ring. So this gives you quite a, I would say, infinite mana, because when you check the numbers, it is 255 mana with 17 charges on this Holy Locket, slightly over 2 minutes that you get it from, plus the Soul Ring, plus the charges that you get from potentially fighting. So it is very interesting. This is the first time seeing it. Maybe somebody else did it before, but we can see some new stuff, new tech coming out, and this is very, very interesting.
So this is dependent just for the Storm, not anything related to his matchup in the mid lane.
I think it's any hero that builds into Sancho Kaya also enjoys it, because that's going to amplify it as well. Like, you'll see Ember will also go for a Holy Lock. I think BZM is the one who first started doing that as well. I think it's just a good item, and especially in this meta where like there's a lot of early pressure from the Helm Doms, like you have to have sustain to get into the side lanes and like actually be active. It didn't, end up working out, but the idea is there.
Yeah, I mean, the stats are just very nice for a core hero. I think I've been seeing a lot more core heroes buy that item nowadays, so we might see a shift. Like, it's no longer a support item, it's just like a very good early fighting item for cores.
Also, Winter, did you enjoy Purge pointing out the facet that Winter Wyvern took?
It's always, I think...
he said unconventional was his wording.
I mean, he said it's unconventional. It definitely is according to stats, but I think in a lot of, at least the games I played before I came here, I've seen a couple of players already starting to do it, because it's just good against the Helm. It's really nice for your core because it gives you damage, and I think it's just much more reliable overall compared to the recursive facet, because pro players, they're not going to just clump up and let you get like an Imba curse, and kill everybody.
Sure, yeah, the other facet is more for when you're playing at home and you want to go for the highlight reel on stream, That's a Jenkins move.
Absolutely. I mean, there's like aggressive and defensive, and sometimes people go for some aggressive plays when you just don't need to, right? You have teams that do it all, or players that do it already.
I'm interested to see just what sort of aggression both of these teams are going to be bringing for a Game 2, for a Game 2 draft. XG were very willing to have the lanes lost a little bit. They were willing to bide their time. For Tundra, they wanted that aggression in the first game. They really wanted to close it out. Now you got to put it back a little bit where you go, what exactly is actually going to work here? Because we couldn't even do the early game plays out against Extreme Gaming.
It's such a tough one, because it was working for Tundra. Like, what they wanted to do was happening, and they still lost. So I guess a lot is going to fall into Moon, like breaking down what actually went wrong in that game and how to fix it. I see Tundra as the type of team to not completely change their draft and say, okay, we won't do this.
Yeah. That's one that was definitely not on the draft, because they executed pretty much perfectly first 15, 20 minutes. That Roche fight should have maybe happened, because it was also a good play from Extreme Gaming, realizing what needs to be done, taking away Roshan from a team that is 5k gold ahead, which wants to put more pressure. But Tundra, seeing how they played out first 15 minutes, it was pretty much flawless, understanding what the holes in Extreme Gaming's draft are. And Extreme Gaming, they are a team that we've seen it so many times, where they just put themselves in a position where they are 5k gold down 10, 15 minutes into the game. It feels like they really want to be pushing the limits, see if they can make a comeback. And this is one of the better comeback teams in Dota.
Yeah, I mean, something else to add to that, right? It's not just about the draft. I think which side you're on actually matters a lot. Because if you're playing the way Tundra is playing in the first game, you want to be aggressive, you want to secure the lanes. Being on the Radiant side, like I mentioned, the 15 to 20 minute Roshan, that is actually super crucial for you.
Yeah.
You do well in the lanes, you get Roshan, then you can snowball a lot stronger, So I think being on the Radiant side actually matters a lot for how they are playing, if they want to keep everything the same.
I totally agree. I think if you were to like look back at this game in retrospect, like Moon is definitely going to call out the Roche play. It's very interesting though, because the trade is a kill on Ame, right?
But it's not worth it.
But it's actually not worth it. That's the thing. But you can understand why like players of this caliber are going to take such a bait because, you know, Troll is the counter to their lineup. You know that this is what XG wants to win the late game with, but you also need the Roshan to go high ground. So all of the fights should be around this objective, whether or not you're killing Ame.
Yeah, to sort of close out this game one, though, and before we move on, I want to ask about a Troll. It's now been picked 9 times in the International, and the road to the International, and it's still at a 100% win rate. So how are you taking late games fights against a hero like this?
So apparently click R win game right now.
that's what it feels like, Winter.
Yeah,
is there a solution?
I mean, it's not just the troll. I think it's the other stuff as well that's going on in the game. I think maybe the environment right now is really good for Troll to succeed in the game with the Helm creating pressure. Because Troll is not exactly like a super greedy carry. You know, he comes online quick, he hits your buildings, he stands there, and you have those auras on top of him. I think I already mentioned in the previous draft that Troll loves auras around him.
Okay. Well, a previous draft, our previous game, that's already been done and dusted. And right now, we get to look forward to a Game 2 draft.
Extreme Gaming.
Extreme Gaming.
Esports Game 2.
That's right, in this best of 3, Extreme Gaming already won a game up. It's not elimination, but you definitely want to give yourself the best fighting chance here, Lacoste. You want to stay in this upper bracket, and you want to learn more. You want to be able to find a solution to this team, but also what's working for yourself. So for the game number 2 draft, the bans, any big change-ups, that beast is not going to be getting let through by any means if Extreme Gaming has...
Yeah, for a good reason. We played an extremely good game, really love the itemization. The big one for me is removing Mars, because they have a lot of success with Mars. I believe he is sitting at 75% win rate on the hero, which does allow them. I think the big reason why Mars is also popular because of the team fight. They are going for both of the facets, but also not necessarily rushing the Blink Dagger. Like you're building into items, you're getting Yule Scepter, you're getting your Lotus Orb before that, and then maybe you're getting a Blink Dagger. This is kind of a new trend. It gives you everything, and this is the fan favorite, the Earthshaker. Maybe we're going to be seeing some Ogre, but yeah, seeing him use that enchant totem, it's always a pleasure to see him on a big stage.
One of the most overpowered heroes of the patch, too. It feels like every year at TI it always comes back, but right now it's not really about the big Echo Slams. I mean, you do see them, but it's more about the Shard and the fact that you can one-shot creep waves with the Kaya and Yasha.
The shadow push.
Yeah, it's so hard to push into an Earthshaker fissure.
It also feels a lot of the times that this Echo is dealing so much damage.
Yeah, way too much.
It feels like you can one-shot heroes pretty much in a single creep wave, even with level 1 Echo Slam. And it's also a flex hero. Like we've seen quite a lot of offlane Earthshakers as well. You're pretty much building into the same items, doing it slower than from the mid lane, but also if you pair him up from the offlane with a position 4 hero, with a range position 4 that can get to the triangle and get those stacks going, so you can use the first Echo Salami to be able to kill those creeps, that's still going to give you
one thing to really focus as well on the Earthshaker, right? You mentioned the Echo, but it's the Echo on the Ancients as well, right?
Yeah.
You have to be really thinking about that first Echo in the game where he gets his dagger. So are you going to be able to contest it with your lineup? Or are you going to just be happy letting him get the...
That's interesting. Like, do you want to contest, go in and get 2 of your heroes killed because there's going to be like 20 creeps around?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, or you just let him get it and you have a trade on the map.
You also can't stack against him because he'll just go echo your creeps and kill you while you're trying to farm stacks. Like that. When people became comfortable with using the big ulti on the stacks, because I think there was a while where people were like, it's just a meme to echo the stacks, but you never use the first echo for a kill anyway, you know? You get more gold from stacks.
Sometimes in the lane, I guess you use it if you get a solo kill, but it rarely happens. So most of the time it's on the stack, right? And you gotta be thinking, because it's a huge part of Earthshaker, are you gonna contest? And like both of them mentioned, it's very difficult to contest, risky, so you have to be able to get a trade somewhere. You get a tower, or you push and you farm your own stack, you know, at the very least.
One of the things that Xnova has been amazing on doing on Extreme Gaming is blocking a lot of those tri-camps to ensure that stacks aren't happening. You know, he'll pick himself a strong sort of trade support, and that's his goal, is just to ensure stacks aren't building up by any means, rather than having to even worry about, are we going to contest it? They themselves, though, Warlock might not really fit that sort of archetype, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an
No, I think they wanted a hero that can break the fight as well, especially when Shaker goes in, try to reset it. You also have Queen of Pain, so picks coming out from the carry or mid roll, wherever the heroes are going to go, these are not difficult, but these are difficult matchups to be playing into, because the pushback during the BKB Warlock with the Golem, so you're wasting good 3-4 seconds of your BKB.
I mean, the Golem is very good at stopping the combo, right? Like, he can come in with a BKB, try to combo your teammates, but the Rock just stops everything, right? So I think in that regard, they kind of have the better or easier teamfight execution.
I agree. And to be honest, going into this tournament, I was surprised to see Queen of Pain not picked up as much as it was on the previous patch, because in pro level pubs, it was still very popular coming into the tournament. However, for XG, this is a different hero because Ame plays it. So what I really like about this pick here is that you can follow Earthshaker. All the roles you guys just mentioned, 4, 3, 1. They can play Queen of Pain in any lane against Earthshaker right now, and it will do well. So I think that's what makes sense here. Tundra, they go for the counter, which is Pugna. You cannot Queen of Pain ulti with Pugna ward being down. It costs so much mana, you will kill yourself, and guess what? You cannot blade mail the ward.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, we were mentioning about what would be the adjustments that Tundra is making. Right away, I'm already seeing they are trying to drop a lot more priority in terms of the team fight with the Snap and the Pugna. And now we're going to see a Slada here, which is not, I think, a very common hero against Pugna because of D-Crab.
Yeah.
But they are probably looking at a type of lineup where you don't really try to play around team fights as much with the whole wing. So you try to play the side lanes. These two heroes are really good at playing the side lanes. You go around, like with two heroes, you basically kill anything. And the whole wing is like good magic damage into the D-Crab. So you kind of have a lot of ways of killing heroes through D-Crab.
It's another BKB piercing tool, so they are going to be shutting down Crystallis pretty heavily. You're playing into 3 BKB piercing abilities, Sharpshooter, potentially break mechanic.
I mean, he also beats the Earthshaker in the mid lane if they want to go that route.
This has been XM's specialty for a long time, especially when we've been seeing these Ember Spirits being popular, Void Spirits as well, something that he's going to be playing into a melee matchup.
And it's a good counter.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, you remove the Fatal Bonds, you remove the Slada Amp.
This is an S tier Abaddon pick. It counters pretty much all of XG.
They need to ban Abaddon counters. Like Doom, I think, is one of the biggest counters. You can't heal, he just needs to Doom you before you get your ulti off. So that's something that you have to be on the lookout for. And obviously there's the break, right, from the Sharpshooter.
I mean, I like Abba here too because Tundra can run it in any of the side lanes against Queen of Pain, depending on where it goes, and it does well. Although we have seen Ame as a Quap carry do well against Abaddon. It just plays differently as a carry.
I actually think the Quap is probably going to go mid because the Abaddon is probably not going to go mid. I think that would be my trail of thought right now after I'm looking at the Abaddon pick. So they do remove the Doom, and right now they remove the Doom themselves when they could have just picked it to counter it. So they probably have something else in mind already. They ban Doom and Darks here. What are they trying to do here?
Could be, I mean, you have Warlock as your laning partner. It could be Alchemist. It could be Faceless Void. That does give you a good laning stage.
Medusa, maybe? But Medusa doesn't care about Doom. He cares about Darks here, not Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I like the heroes that you mentioned, Lacoste. I think they're quite good. Faceless Void would be quite solid. I mean, there's nothing really to kill him in this game so far. Earthshaker stun is the only really good disable for him, and I don't think that's enough to kill a Void full to 0. Not a farmed Void.
What else could Tundra be thinking about banning here? Because a lot of times
TA is Slada TA.
I mean, also Ursa, I guess. Like XG really does like to play the bursty carries, and I feel like double down on the Slardar amp and just insta kill somebody. Sure, there's the decrep. Okay, they ban Ursa.
It would give them so many objective takings on the map because you have Slardar, you have Ursa, you can basically kill Tormentor Roshan in 5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Ame has a few options. We're assuming it's Ame. Could still be Ame Quap, but I'm sure XG has a few options here. They get to see the whole Tundra draft, so they will get the, hashtag perfect pick.
Have you decided where you see this Earthshaker going now that we've revealed a bit more for Tundra?
Probably mid, I guess. Mid is probably
That's
the most...
you feel most comfortable.
Yeah, most likely hero. I think 33 is going to just get another Helm hero. They're going to put the Abaddon on the carry hero here.
Okay, what else is a good Helm hero with Beast and Lycan being taken out? in the 33 hero?
I've seen Underlord. He played Underlord.
Okay.
I mean, you kind of want someone to maybe build Crimson Guard against the Slada. I think that could be an option.
Yeah.
The root is pretty nice against the Corp.
Broodmother?
Warframe? Sand
Oh,
King.
Sand King, yeah.
Okay, so they don't go for a Helm hero, but instead they just go for
scaling, more scaling.
Yeah, it's a 33 classic. It's also something BZM has been playing a lot.
I know you've been a big fan of his Sanking Jenkins. You always talked about his itemization, like that one null talisman that he does buy. But you also need to rely a lot on stacking whenever you have Sanking, because he's not the strong laner. Even though I watched some of the replays from Tundra, they did lane for a couple of minutes first, and then you will have Saksa go into triangle, try to get some stacks going in the outer ring as well, because Sanking, he can still farm it. It got nerfed because of the distance between the camps, so he can't like fully farm, especially the outer ring in the top part of the map.
Cling?
Is it?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa, okay.
A Clinks?
Clinks with Slada M, that is scary.
Okay, so last pick, Arme Clinks. Guys, we've got to talk about this hero because Fia was very adamant that we would never ever see this hero at TI.
This is like the highest DPS hero if he can actually sit there and just right click in the game.
Okay.
And you combine that with a Slada, he's going to shred them. But they do have answers, right, with the D-Crab.
So how does the Clinks play Lacoste? It's been so long since he's been seen in a competitive game, so long since he's ever entered the stage.
We see it from time to time. I think this hero definitely has a place in meta with a specific setup, because you have a good amount of saves. We talked about the BKB piercing tool, so that's going to be a good way of maybe protecting Ame. And this hero gets super tanky. Once you get to that level 5, 2 charges on eating the creeps makes you super tanky. Plus also the scaling. You did mention the Slardar plus his DPS could be very, very good. Plus Sanking, we talked about him not being the strong laner, playing into Clinks and Warlock. It's a very difficult lane for him.
Yeah, I think the Warlock is what really makes it work, because Clinks' laning stage is pretty rough. Like,
you want to heal, basically.
Yeah, you just want to heal and farm and get to the late game. It's kind of more of the same from what we saw in Game 1, but I got to agree with the old man Fear. I don't think Clinks is a very good hero. Like, you can get bursted. Like, you can die. Earthshaker, Sand King, like Snapfire ulti, even a Pugna can solo kill you, depending on the time of the game.
Yeah, you're really not instilling me with faith here, Jenkins. The other question I have for the side of Tundra and their lineup is seeing a Shaker and a Sand King. Is it a little too greedy? We're looking for two heroes that if they have kind of rough lanes, they both want to take stacks. Where does the priority go there, and how are you going to play around that?
I mean, they do have strong supports to kind of balance that out, right? They just need to make sure that they can survive the early phases. They don't get run over, because they do have slower heroes in the early game, with the Shaker and Sand King having to farm stacks in jungle. But I do feel like this game, I'm going to have to agree with Andrew here, where Tundra is they're going to have the easier to execute draft this time, and I think we were probably going to see a game 3.
Lacoste, I feel like you have nothing more to say other than I concur.
Yeah, it's a lot of easy to execute team fights for them. The 1-2 combo with either Earthshaker going in, Snapfire with the ulti, or Sanking jumping in. So they'll always have some kill threat on the map, which is very easy for them to execute. I think Extreme Gaming, they like to really push the limits with the drafts that they do.
100%.
But I think they're going to take this.
You gotta respect the draft.
Okay. You gotta respect it, right? You gotta respect it, especially if maybe at home you guys knew. Let's see though if Tundra's coach Moon knew that this Clinks was going to be coming out.
I am indeed very curious about that. Moon Meander, coach of Tundra. I was wondering how you prep for a team like this. Extreme, they made their way through the road quick. Only played 10 games throughout that group stage. You, on the other hand, had to play quite a few more, so you don't have much data on these guys.
Yeah, we're just kind of guessing what they're going to play, I guess, and looks like their lineup's kind of impossible to guess.
Yeah, Clinks is not something that many people can predict. If there ever was a player to do it, it's probably Ame, but still, it seems like these 24th pick surprises are still alive and well.
Ame Indo Pride. Kegedean ya bro, makanya tadi biar seru aja.
I like the sample size of a 1. And my last question is, obviously, this whole situation has not been ideal for you. Although it's
Nova.
I was wondering how you integrated Toby into the lineup so quickly, because making it here to main stage is quite a feat with a stand-in.
The first blood.
Like 1 hour to pick a stand-in. It was so last minute, and we decided to get Toby because we saw him own with Team Liquid.
And hopefully he's going to do some more ownage here. Good luck, Moon Meander, as we get into game number 2.
Game number 2.
Thank you so much, Neil and Moon. And we are into the game already, underway. A lot going on here, Trent. Some crazy stuff. And the Bone Man almost got brought down, but we did get a first blood, too.
We did indeed. As Moon was taking the interview, you know, wondering how the game was going to go, his team grabbed a kill. So that is indeed a pretty good start.
And Ame goes down again, down bottom. He was already coming in a little bit low HP, and 33 combos together with his socks to secure the finish.
Yeah, softens him up a little bit there on the initial play.
What
do they grab it? 3-3 still very low. So potential maybe if they can find something on him before he regens. But he's got 3 tangos and, well, it's a Warlock and a Clink. So they're going to be doing a whole lot of chilling in this lane, presumably, as Soxa has to throw the body on the line here to get that Sentry into camp just to block the 1-minute spawn.
Yeah, important stuff right there to make sure they can't equalize this lane equilibrium at all. And I mean, you know, we talked about it there. This is a hard team to figure out. Moon was saying that even when you think you have an idea of what they're going to draft, it doesn't end up working out fully. They've ended up picking this Clinks. He said he did see him in a pub, though.
Yes.
So that means somebody on his friends list was playing with Ame. An important thing to watch for is when you can see their picks out a little bit earlier, since that's somewhat been gone recently. It's made some crazy matches, and we'll see if this Clinks pick is another one that gets them where they need to be.
And most importantly, he lost.
Yes.
As we pointed out, so we'll see. I mean, this looks a little bit like last game in the sense that things started out very well for Tundra. In fact, for quite a long time. They were doing very well in the previous match. We'll see if they can perhaps get the finish. I think if we go back there, it's BZM, of course, melee hero versus Queen of Pain tends to have a pretty rough time.
My goodness.
You know, we're used to this. But if we go back to that first game, I think if they had... May I continue, trouble. BZM? Or you good?
Anjing tinggal ntar gue kalah gitu Tundra gimana menurut lo Mas Itah? Menurut gua Tundra kalah late gamenya.
If they can manage to avoid a disastrous moment like that in this game, Tundra should have a better chance.
Adi, itu menang fight-nya itu gara-gara satu Lotus anjing. Balik orang ini. Extreme. Ini late early gampang nih. Tundra pasti bakal nge-punish. Cuman kalau bisa tahan sampai late game hancur.
And you can see he's not even trying to force this, right?
Gitu.
Like
Celing.
he's got a blade.
Selardar.
He's thinking of some stuff there, but there's an
Yang jaga high ground ada Warlock.
Why not just secure the runes and guarantee that he's just gonna have to leave?
Karena penyepong ekstrim nih bro. All in ekstrim kita bro.
Play as aggressively, they don't want to. Oh, Zinkiel, XXS. Battling out in a lane that we have not seen a ton of, and they can't get in rune in range quickly enough.
Gimana menurut Bang Roundhouse Gaming?
And so a little bit of the disparity from last game.
Ya early, cuman kan early sih. Cuman ya Puknanya ini yang jadi masalah kan Pukna lagi strong itu. Pasti dia bakal bikin
for the standing. I do have a feeling Tundra are not going to stack 0 camps by like 15
game kayak menang
ini sih. They're definitely going to be getting the stacks on for the Sand King. It is a necessity when you're playing it in the off lane. You know, we get these mid Sand Kings. They just work in camps nearby. They don't even have to stack it too much because you can just grab 2, farm it up.
Kacau sih.
But for the off lane,
kacau sih.
If you want to propel into these important items that get your game going.
Next success.
In this case, a helm.
Right. Yeah.
I remember the panel was like, I think they could use a helm hero. And oh, they're gonna pick Sand King. That's not a helm hero. Aha.
Yeah. Well, also Slardar, the other one that is going for it. So
yeah.
Slardar Dominator anjing.
I also mentioned between all of
the hey, halo David, halo Bang David.
Damage coming out later.
Yes.
Obviously there's Ame, but you also have a Slardar, and then even if the Hoodwink, if you start to get some items up on Zinq, and that's definitely a player that loves to farm.
Halo, saya David di sini.
He's warming up here on the Bushwhacks, as you can see. This looks like a really annoying lane for a Slardar, I gotta say. You like to be a bully, and obviously he's doing very well, but Chrysalis also still at 21 CS, and you know you're dealing with D-Crab potentially. He doesn't have a point in it yet.
Annoying parah
the ability to shield and kind of turn that damage back on you. So he's not able to shut down his opponent as much as he'd like to. As we tend to think Slardar is more of like this anti-carry, where like you're played into this lane to all.
There is one thing I wanna ask. Will you be interested in some custom graphic for your channel, bro?
Going for himself, and I would imagine that pretty soon he's going to
Me, bro.
that move back into the jungle that we've come to expect from him.
Nah, bro. I cannot, bro. I'm not professional, bro. I'm just casual streamer, bro. Just do it for fun.
He's very low on HP.
David.
A little bit as he goes.
Queued up like 8,000.
Malah jualan si David ngentot.
Change his mind.
Babi lu ngentot.
Go for a wand into some arcane boots, pretty standard stuff. Can they contest these stacks though? Probably not this game, eh? For XG.
I mean, yeah, it seems a little bit. I feel like you can contest. I don't think you can take.
Go.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. You could definitely target him for sure. Like you get an obs in there. You see when he's going for these stacks. You can definitely come in, throw it a sonic wave, and maybe grab a cheeky kill.
3 points up in Dagger as we get back into the game. Zinq is going to stack that camp up and head back. Oh, come on. Look, they don't even know how to do it. They're like, this is not our meta. We're just off fighting instead.
Man, usually, you know, sometimes the 3 points Dagger is a scary thing because it really hurts your rotations in a lot of games because you don't have earlier access to burst damage from the Scream of Pain. But versus a Shaker mid, this is hurting. Like, BZM is just constantly off the wave. He is a fisher for CS. It is not feeling great. He is the lowest of the cores in terms of last hits, and he doesn't really have an ability to jungle yet. So we're talking about these stacks for the Sand King. We're going to need him for BZM.
Oh, and they glyph, they bring him low. The cookie to try and get away, but he is going to die to XM.
He knew he was dead.
Yeah.
I think the second he got hit by the Shadow Word, he just started going in knowing he was going down.
So they managed to find the kill on the Shaker right before the 6-minute mark too. So this could also be a clutch.
Look at Xnova and Soxa though. They're battling right now. Xnova comes in. He does not try and body block, but all right. I thought he was going to try and stop that spawn from happening. Was too worried about potentially dying there versus Soxa, so he lets it go.
And XM is the one that is going to be benefiting from that, picking up a shield rune now. So I'm not sure what you do at this point as the Shaker, because everything feels bad.
Yeah, this is not great. He looks more like that position 4 Shaker right now or something, but he does have a stack here, so he can start working on that a little bit. But yeah, it's not great. Sox is going to hold the wave. There's an obs in behind the tier 1 tower planted by Zinq that's going to allow all these opportunities for ganks. It's a very scary place to try and play versus 3 points Dagger and a potential sonic wave.
Yes.
And this type of bullying behavior is what you want to see if you're an XG fan. On the other side, Tundra take away their abilities to bully you back. 33's got to get off to a decent start with this helm and is trying to finish that one off and maybe try and push this Clinks out of the base. At the very least, Clinks can't eat your creep anymore.
I know, right? Like, this hero will be crazy if you could eat helm creeps. Unfortunately, not a thing since they've become creep heroes, and partially why we're seeing them everywhere.
So while the CS starts to stack up, it's really 2 that stand a little bit above right now in the Clinks and the Quap, with Sand King and Abba still having a good time. And as we get to that 7-minute mark, did get the Shrine for each. And Toby trying to actually step forward and stop any extra passive pressure from the creeps heading his way. Oh man, dude.
Again, Xnova just walking in here trying to disrupt these stacks because they know, right?
Yeah.
Like, all the Shaker wants to do is get this big stack going so he can come in and dunk on this. And he's going to interrupt at least one of them. It was close. They almost managed to get it still. But actually, the Ancients get messed up too. So neither camp stacks.
Really well played by Xnova and Toby.
2-3-3
underneath. The bushwhack is there. Sonic for the finish.
All right. Meanwhile, Ame's walking into a sentry here. He just eats the creep.
And he's going to take some of them away. I mean, if Xnova dies here, it's not the end of the world. If XM does, that's very bad. And so they're going to back away. Giving a little bit of space now for BZM in the mid lane.
He has nothing. There is no piggy bank, you know? You thought your parents left you an education fund, but they spent it all on your brother. He's got nothing left. Like, what is there here, you know? And 3-3 came over, took one of the creeps with his helm. Ame came and ate the other, you know? It's just, he's truly a zoomer.
The previous generations are just taking it all.
BZM trying to find anything for himself here. Does have, at the very least, level 6.
And you can see that camp blocked in the back.
God, they're just making his life miserable.
They're bringing him the helm creeps. 3-3 is bringing him a creep wave. This is where we're at. Yeah. He walked a creep wave to BZM in the jungle.
Toby, underneath his own ward, is trying to back away, and yeah, they did bring over a creep wave to make sure that they could get a little bit of extra farm towards BZM. Now, a kill here onto the Hoodwink with the helm creep helping might actually be decent for him, but instead, I kind of wonder if he's going to end up in further trouble.
What the fuck? Actually, clown.
Poor BZM. Will he be able to get out of there? A Photic shield. XM still on the chase. He's bottling up and finally getting a little bit of help.
Again, though, this is constant. The pressure on the other side of the map, Ame always takes advantage. He's very good at this. Gets a lot of pressure onto this tower. But once again, it is Ame at the top of the board at the 10-minute mark. He has all the space in the world down bottom. This is a consistent theme that we are getting from XG.
Nyari stuck itu kan ya harusnya stuck beso.
XM playing in mid with Soxa nearby.
China year question mark.
Kill with the golem. They are going to get the tower with it.
Yeah, that ward lasting the entire time as well. So much value, giving them this capability to take this. I gotta say, the tower lasted longer than I expected. Oh no, not again. Not his little piggy bank.
Jumps in, finds it. BZM might need to get denied, and it's not enough. No! Soxa not able to take down his buddy, and in fact, could be in further trouble. Zinq doesn't get any bounces out, though. And yeah, there's still...
I think he got a glancing shot, because that only did 17 damage. That attempted deny on the snap. So I think the innate screwed him there.
Oh, the innate got him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very frustrating. Or yeah.
Good old snap.
Well, we said that we thought they could contest. We weren't sure if they could steal them. They're making an attempt at it right now. BZM still has Echo at the ready.
Oh, you don't want to share this XP though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Even to your allies, like, guys, can you guys leave? But he just has to go for it. He needs the protection.
A wise decision, and trying to get some more gold into BZM here.
Lyrical, he is 2,000 gold behind the next nearest core.
Yeah, it is. It's been an impossibility. And this was a first pick XM here too, on the Queen of Pain. They weren't able to draft things to help move over and shut him down more. It was just a complete answer the whole way through.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a different hero to lead the charge here. Now, you know, we've talked a lot about Ame farming up here. Chrysalis not doing too bad. He is behind, but he is going to try and rush into that Radiance as XM continues to exert this pressure mid lane. Tower here or gone or not, he's sticking around. He's decided this is the part of the map he wants to play to open up the room on the side lanes.
You know, it's interesting too, right? Because people often talk about Quap not being able to rotate effectively with 3 points and dagger, but instead he says, fine, you guys rotate to me and we'll take that tower and then make everything else feel bad for Tundra. Yeah, 4K gold lead at 12 minutes.
Yeah, when it's such a specific hero that you can target with a dagger like the Shaker and just make his life so miserable, it is very, very worth it. And amping up that physical damage that you can see will be a concern throughout this game will be that Deso.
Yes.
So, Slardar, Deso on a Clinks, it's going to be a lot.
And it's Blade Mail for XM. The choice for this one. Toby back in base, thinking about where can I go? What's the play next for him? At the very least, BZM has another tower to play behind, so harder to dive and kill the Shaker, but not impossible, as XXS takes the top one. And queuing up a pipe. I don't think I've ever seen a build like this out of Slardar before, but it is awesome.
BZM's tilted. He just body blocked his own camp. I mean, he's having a hard time, dude.
Bilang kick white bone for this.
Like walking through your own camp spot in this situation. Meanwhile, the enemy carry is picking up 3 bounty runes. That just shows what, like, they create this just wilderness zone that no one wants to go into except Ame. It's like a private resort. Just for him, the bottom lane every game.
Ame's area, that's what they'll call it. They need to find a kill on him, though, because he's going to start taking off like crazy. And instead, they have to deal with this. XM runs in, and you have to keep Toby nearby, because otherwise BZM's just dead. They're going to try and make something happen bottom now against the Clinks. Do they have enough for a kill? He summons. He's trying to stay alive. Not enough.
That was kind of terrifying how long it took, but he does go down. Will there be revenge?
An attempt at one at the very least. Burrow strike to back away, and it looks like it's not going to work.
Yep.
So a nice play by Tundra, managing to take down Ame. Still 5K behind, but some signs of life.
Yeah, good positioning there from 3-3 to evade any sort of a bushwhack play there by using his burrow strike when he did. And Zinkyu knew it too. Didn't have an option to get him.
The other side, you've got Chrysalis here, who's been relatively quiet, but working on a Radiance. And BZM finally has that Blink Dagger done.
At level 8.
Yeah.
That's the downside, right? Like,
you're not wrong.
Unfortunately, you just don't have a whole lot to offer at this point. Like, he's the same level as Soxa. There we go.
I mean, he's going to have to
2 minutes
make back
lower.
up that deficit by virtue of finding kills and finding good fights.
Oh, or another big set of stacks here. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
that would
awkward
be
moment here.
huge.
2 cores. It's like, okay.
Well, they're going to stack again, but yeah, I feel like injecting this into the BZM would be a really big win. And 33, never mind, would be a really big win for 33 too to get all this gold. You got your blink already.
Yeah, listen, one of us is having a game here, okay? Just let me take care of this.
Still just 2 stacked on the side of XG. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind, right, is that while we did see Clink stay alive for a while there, if 33 was there, a lot of like his survivability came by casting spells, and there's a decent chance they can just stun lock him.
That's true. Yep. It can happen if we can catch back up here. It makes me think of the FE voice line. You know, I'm farming lane because I'm a winner.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's XG right now.
Got
it.
it.
Stacks, you know, I don't care stacks, right? They're just camping all 3 lanes, farming up like crazy. So all of their last hits are mega value.
Going in now. Chrysalis forced to pop ulti, and the TPs come in. Are they going to go for more? Soxa nearby, thinking about it, hunting to the side. Toby decreps himself. That is the Radiance, assembled by Chrysalis.
Will
And
he
with
be the
rotations.
Avenger? That is the question with said Radiance.
Yeah. It's a tough one. They force a lot of rotations and then back out.
Ooh, XM, mid lane, Arcane, Amplify Damage Rune.
Yeah, good blink away there by BZM before things went south. And maybe 33, if you waited a second.
XXS confused as to what hero he's playing, picks up the pipe. So his Helm Pipe Slardar ready to take over this game. It's great itemization in this match. It's really, he is just playing for his ult to help with the damage and then just control.
First time this tournament, it makes sense, and it's the perfect item. The question is, if you start losing out at this point, if you lose a fight or two because of some chaos happening, how well is this hero going to be scaling? I mean, you've still got the Helm.
They're very good at forcing towers right now, but if they were like, let's say, trying to hunt for a 5v5 fight, they don't really have very good tools for it right now, right?
No.
It would be like bushwhack or just a golem drop, whereas we have Blink Sand King.
Control, kisses, done. XM is out of there. That is exactly what they needed. And now 33 trying to find X-Nova, who is pretty quick in the river. But with Blink Dagger back up in 8, Burrow strikes, trying to stay on target. Bushwhack stops it. BZM Fissure, they miss off to the side. Oh, he's getting out. 33, he doesn't have anything for him. And so they do manage to TP out with X-Nova. But the kill on XM.
Yep. Very, very important. And I mean, it comes back to what we were just literally just talking about as it happened. They have great ways to start fights as Tundra, right? We have the blink on the Sand King, we have the blink on the Shaker. We're going to have these cookie plays, and then you can defend your towers with your kisses. It is risky to push into it, which is what they're trying to do with the pipe, but immediately losing your Queen of Pain like that kind of makes you look at your pipe and be like, oh, well, that wasn't great.
Ame runs into BZM, spots him, and that is not feeling good for Tundra.
Yeah, you heard this brought up on the panel, but Clinks, although we don't see him very often, it is one of the heroes that just has the most insane amount of burst damage if he's allowed to just swing. And when you think about how XG has played this whole tournament, the best thing that they do is enable Ame. So
Yes.
giving him the full-on glass cannon of Clinks seems like a pretty solid strategy from them.
This gold lead staying steady, though. That's something that has also been a constant at this tournament, that even when teams are behind, they have found ways to keep farming, to stay relevant in the game, and to extend the duration. And, well, now, these types of kills start to hurt a whole heck of a lot. Ame goes down again.
What the heck?
Ooh, a rare mistake there from Ame, pushing out a little bit too much, maybe an incorrect read as to where they are moving on the map. He tends to play just like so defensively.
I mean, Ame is 3 of their deaths in this game.
That's 75%, Lyrical.
I thought it's half.
Yes, you're right. I was looking at the wrong column. Damn. I thought I really nailed my math for a second there.
That's, I mean, when you think
it's tough out here, you know.
I hear ya. When I think back to the beginning of this tournament, and you know the way that Ame had started it, it really feels like so many of the games of XG have been in response to those early days and how well he did, where people like are explicitly going out and saying, "I'm here just to kill Ame."
that has only grown now. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. after the Road the International.
Ferrar
All right, some obs down here spawning some of this movement by Tundra. They scan, saying, hey, I think they're going to do a 20-minute Tormentor, guys. Just this feeling I have.
The creep is in. XXS, no blink dagger.
Ame's coming.
No, he didn't have it. He got it back up in time. Now Sonic Wave. Chrysalis low, but not dead yet. He's broken, forced to pop the ultimate. And now kisses from Saksa. Do they have enough damage? Ame spots him, immediately blows up.
Oh wait, no!
No, he gets a cookie. Straight through. 33 says no, but big hit down from X-Nova. Can they take down the Sand King? Fisher immediately breaks off the burrow.
They need XM.
And now XM low, dead.
Oh,
XXS,
baby.
All the X's are falling. There's nowhere left to go. As Slardar 2 is going to die. What a beautiful setup from Tundra.
Oh, that's exactly how they need these fights to go for Tundra, right? Like, that ulti looked very dangerous for Chrysalis. He was forced to pop it because of the break. He was a little bit nervous there, so he just goes for it. They completely stop hitting him. He gets almost no heals off the ulti. And then you're worried about the re-goose from XG. But just that little bit of survival on Saksa to get the cookie stun onto Ame gives them that kill. And then a delayed fight, the burn of the Radiance going the entire time, and BZM finally getting his revenge after that mid lane.
So we take a look at this, the full breakdown of the view. I mean, again, at the beginning, you see Tundra, not as much HP, not as tanky, they don't have the pipe.
They kite the ABBA ulti, and then this play.
How did he not die? The Decrep coming in saved his life before he got burned.
And there, it looked pretty dangerous with that ulti. You see this chase down sliders coming in, but the Fisher block even to help protect 3-3. I mean, that's beautiful stuff right there.
What a sick play. And in the end, it is Tundra that reigns supreme and able to survive through all of this. And some of it being that ABBA just making the difference there.
Yeah, and that's going to help him a lot. I mean, that is a fully finished Manta now for Chrysalis as he takes the top slot here over Ame in terms of gold. Now eyes will start to move to the Roche Pit. Likely the next goal you're hoping for on these teams. Particularly XG, of course.
Yes.
They can just do it instantly if they ever get the moment.
That's the thing that I think is going to be tough for Tundra, is keeping an eye on that Roche Pit while making sure that, you know, Ame doesn't have a few seconds just to get away and start taking it.
Yeah.
And he's working on a BKB, 2 components of it. He shows over there to the side, and immediately look at all of Tundra running towards Ame.
I mean, he has his own obs, right? He feels a little bit safe here. Now there's a scan. They know they're coming through.
They see him. He's in trouble. Ame again.
Ame.
So, 50 gold going back his way. I mean,
Mega
someone was
lul.
like, bro, they're coming. They scan next to him. It turns red, and he's like, well, I'm still just dead, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
He's trying to make a little bit more space here in this game, and he's getting punished for it.
I mean, again, when you've got the Slardar that goes first 2 items, helm, pipe, it sort of puts a target on everybody else's back in a way.
BZM and
crush here.
Yeah.
Still taking a while to take down Saksa, but they do eventually get the Snapfire.
But there's that situation where they don't have Ame up, so they can't just move in towards the Roche Pit or something, even though they get a kill kind of nearby. They got to just wait for him. Come back in this game, and look over towards BZM. He's thinking about finishing up a Yashikaya here, just for some general, you know, mobility, gameplay, spellcasting, all those nice things for a Shaker. But he's not going to have a BKB anytime soon.
No.
I mean, he's got problems, right? You think about a BKB with Shaker, you think, oh, nice, like good mobility in the team fights, lets you get off your spells, but then you look at this, you're like, oh, there's a Slardar. There's the damage from the Clinks. You know, there's Warlock ulti. There's a lot of issues with BKB.
Yeah, there's massive physical damage in this game coming from the side of XG. And I will also say, sort of like, when you've got so much burst on XG and you've got like the ABBA on the other side, Chrysalis could be that like sort of key central bit to this fight that can make things work. Because I think that they were hoping to blow up the ABBA in the duration of a sharpshooter.
Yeah. And
it hasn't really happened. He's been able to get his ultis off twice when he's broken.
And the other issue is that your Slardar just needs like every item in the game. Because he went for this Helm Pipe, he still needs Blink. He still needs BKB, and they desperately need a Nullifier.
He does have Blink now, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, no, but I just mean like all of these items combined.
Right, afterwards. It takes longer to come online as XingQ dies to 33. A lot of pickoff.
And you don't have full confidence in these engagements until you have a Nullifier on your team.
Yeah.
Right, because they're building Ghost Scepters and they have a Pugna.
Chrysalis, Ame ships in the night, passing by, BKB done. And that should stop. I mean, he could still hit chain stunned. Like, that's the problem.
Yep.
Gonna go for the Nullifier next, as Roche heads up to the north. Not as much vision around that area for a potential fight.
Well, it's a very small lead right now. It's mostly just the idea of like Roche is what it comes down to, is they kill a creep down bottom while scanning the Roche pit.
Right, they're ganking creeps. Ganking Helm creeps.
That is but the reality we live in, Lyrical.
That's right.
That's where we're at right now.
Sand King does have Aghanim Scepter.
That's a lot of damage.
And Tier 1 Tower still alive for XG. Also Aghanim Scepter done on Quap a little while ago.
A haste rune here. They're going to give it to Chrysalis, and he's running in.
They want to take down this tower before a Roche fight comes in, so it's harder to reinforce.
3-3. He's winding up. He's thinking about it just in case.
A nice play right there. But now you know what's happening. And 33, does he catch sight of anybody? They're ready to jump at a moment's notice. XM is there.
They want this.
He's thinking about it. He's going in. 33, Blink, Burrow. How much they have? The crush interrupts, but there's the golem down too. And XM, he gets out. Broken. Brought down low. 33 in trouble now. Great play by XXS to interrupt the jump.
Bro.
As XG planned that out perfectly and dodged from the damage.
Wait, there's no BKB here.
Never mind, they're in trouble now, and now XXS is the one running into kisses. Do they have enough damage to blow him up? Hits from low, the control is there, but XXS he actually gets out.
They didn't dunk. BZM saved it.
They did decide to go in, and now XM, they're all fatal bound together. They're taking so much damage on the side of Tundra, starting to die. Chrysalis needs to get out, but there's no
nice, let's go.
4 down.
Once again, it's just the first Roche. It's all these ideas around the first Roche that spelled disaster for Tundra. It's just like game one. If they were able to secure it, they have a nice path that you can see the vision and where to go. And this time, they try and go a little aggressive, right? It all starts with this attempted epicenter under the tier 2 tower. And then back to here too, when they try and get this goal. So this is no BKB Slardar. It's already been used. They kiss their grip down. BZM blinks in right here, but he doesn't want to echo. He says, you know, he doesn't think it's going to be enough. And instead, now they get no opportunity for it. And then you just get XSS coming back in here with that pow, easy crush.
And as soon as those, you know, fatal bonds are out, it just shuts down any chance of a reinitiation from BZM at that point too. There's just nothing else that you can do right there.
Yeah, and now that's going to be Ame here. Has his BKB, has an Aegis, and is 500 gold away from a Nullifier.
Well, we have one big fight that goes the way of Tundra, another now going the way of XG. Still not a meaningful like separation between these two squads that's like an item difference. You know, you're sitting 3,000 gold on Ame. They're basically equal. So I feel like there's got to be some more type of a battle coming from Tundra. They're probably going to wait for their next timing too, though.
Yeah, we're going to get back to dodging here. Not the best lineup necessarily on Tundra for just like pulling waves and playing super safe. You do have the full bore on the snap, which is nice. So blasting away and cooking. Pretty solid hero with your shard too to clear the waves. Shaker, probably one of the best heroes in the entire game at this with the shard and the fissures. You can keep things down. But, you know, we have jump. We have this spooky, scary skeleton guy. So it's not a super simple proposition to be pushing these out as Tundra.
A bunch of the whispers of the dread coming out. Everybody looking for spell amp and ways to burst. And it feels like those spells to save are going to be at a premium in this one.
Yeah, well, at least it doesn't reduce your nighttime vision. So
true.
They're safe for now.
30-minute mark. Saksa not going to get caught. XXS blinks right on top of where he was. And likely going to be looking for another chance at the Tormentor here in a moment. Another amp damage for XG. Toby making the big run in, and, well, he gets punished for that one.
It was a bold move.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Boots of Travel finished for BZM, so wants to be able to capitalize on any opportunity they can find on these side lanes as Ame, oh!
Nullifier out. No chance. Yeah, that is an interesting one too. Just saw that on Hoodwink finished off the Mage Slayer. So pretty annoying to deal with for Sand King.
Sand King, even just like everyone,
Yeah.
really, it's truly everyone. So we're going to be watching those bounces on the Acorn. Not many heroes, of course, that can hit multiple with the Mage Slayer, but Hoodwink is one of them, so you get this debuff on multiple people. Feels great, but it doesn't last for 3 seconds. It's not as crazy as it used to be.
Ame under a ward. But with the rest of the team coming in behind, he is going to show for a moment and then actually take down that tower. This is Clinks. This is the problem. Look at how quickly that fell.
Yeah. It is very, very fearful.
Gonna need to make use of the mass magic damage that you have on the side of Tundra and hope that's enough to burst him. Obviously, they're going to need to do it twice right now with the Aegis. 1 minute and 30 left on that one as XG head up to the north and get themselves ready for a Tormentor.
What? Where?
Yeah.
Immediately gone as the shard goes to X-Nova. And Tundra just continue to dodge as much as they can right now. I mean, attempted nullifier for 3-3 could be something. The Bloodthorn for Chrysalis is probably their best chance to at least get a full chain stun kill and just kill as fast as possible.
Man, it really is something else, Ame. Like, he has died the most in this game and is the top net worth on Clinks. Like, he's died more than the person that's died the most at the tournament so far in this game. And he's still just making it happen. Daedalus, close to being completed. 9,000 gold lead as battle.
Yeah, look at this. They scan the high ground. They just want to run in, take over this area.
Counterplay coming from Tundra sometime soon. They're almost at a nullifier for 33. Meanwhile, Bloodthorn is going to be the call for ABBA. Still a little ways away from that one being done. But Chrysalis, not sure if they recognize where he's over here or not, but it's going to blink out. And a tier 2 tower taken now bottom as well. 33 under the ward. And I guess they can just feel safe now, spreading out, farming away because they see that 33 is there. They know that there's no chance that he's setting up to kill anybody else. He's just trying to finish off his item.
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to wait it out. It would be nice if Tundra was able to get some better vision out with a gem, but it's just so risky. Ideally, you manage to kill this Warlock, you know, maybe steal it from X-Nova. That'd be a great target for them to grab on these pickoffs, but he's obviously playing very far back and quite safe.
All right, a couple of items done. And the team grouping together down on the bottom side of the map, around the Bloodthorn, around the Nullifier, and an opportunity here. They find it. Zing Q caught, out a bit too far, and brought down.
Yeah, Chrysalis has been very cautious to ensure that he's always bringing dust. He's got another one flying out right away. Does not want to let these kills go by.
You can see, though they are down 9K, Tundra is still very capable of pushing. It's not quite as quick as the Clinks.
Pretty fast, though. Pretty good.
They get it done.
Yeah. As we get an Aghanim's Scepter picked up for XXS. I was a little surprised by this. I thought maybe stacking Nullifiers might be the way to go here. But instead, obviously, it's a very, very good item on Slardar. It just helps you out so much whenever you're in your puddles or trail or a river. Just gives you so many bonuses. It is pretty ridiculous. Just going to try and ensure that he doesn't get chain stunned down. He's always got opportunities to go for his hits, get off his items as they hop onto Chrysalis here with the BKB from Ame even.
Use that. Yeah, a big commitment.
Is that a fat finger?
Up a little bit north, too. They find 33. Throws out the sharpshooter. Nothing there. But with no BKB on Ame, I feel like this could be a go.
Yeah, that is a big opening right now. I think for sure BZM is hunting. He's leading the way. He's angry. Hasn't had the funnest game.
And they're hunting down bottom. Okay, no, but Ame's backing out.
Good choice.
Yeah, realizing that that would go south very quickly.
Unfortunately, it's hard to go on this hunt without a gem. You know?
True.
Very scary. You don't want to be walking through these wards and potentially through the clinks, not knowing where he's at.
Well, 12 to 14. And while the smoke does not connect onto anybody for Tundra, they do get another chance to push out their waves. XXS is showing it mid. Ame still has no BKB for another 40 seconds if something were to pop off.
So if the Roche were to spawn instantly in 7 seconds, it would be extremely good for Tundra.
Well, I don't even know about that necessarily.
Soxa is getting really aggressive. He goes, that's a greedy ward, my man.
Able to take
he
it
will
away.
take down the sentry, but
They
obviously
place another one.
he tries to get the deny. Wait, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did get it. Nicely played. It is not an instant Roche. It is a max Roche by the looks of that clock, I would say.
Wow. Okay.
It is like 3 full minutes, man.
All right, we're chilling here. Now, the flip side of that, too, is that I feel like there's still a potential that you could get into a big fight. It does also mean that Roche is probably going to be moving down bottom by the time something else is happening. No TA in this game, so neither team is fully aware of what time it's going to respawn at.
That's true.
That's true, that's true.
But the wave shove is going to happen. And even though it's that 7K gold lead, the win probability is still very even between these two squads.
I feel like the gem advantage is just so good in this situation.
Yeah.
Like just moving across the map right now. They put it on XM, so we can just move across there as, yeah, Dota Plus refusing to give up on Tundra today.
Favored him last time, too. Next tier of neutrals out. Getting some Pyrrhic Cloaks. That's actually kind of sick against Clinks.
Yes, it can turn south very, very quickly.
Interesting. He does have like decent armor on Clinks.
Oh, the Radiant scan. Oh, look at this. Okay, so 3-3 has the Helm creep in the Roche pit, which registers as a hero. So then XXS has to send his creep in, which means now if they scan the pit, you know.
Yeah, they're going to be aware. Okay, good to know.
Keep in mind, you know how they changed the vision around Roche?
Yeah.
Right now, XXS doesn't actually see 3-3's creep. So he's actually still in one of those spots. So he's got a very sneaky creep placement where that creep can actually see inside the Roche pit, but when you're inside the Roche pit, you don't see that creep.
Could be very important how this plays out. XM.
The rune spot.
Oh, that is.
Oh,
oh, geez.
All right, there's a call from Xnova. He wants to wrap around.
Again, they don't know yet. Roche not up. It's going to be up very shortly. That is a Lotus now done again for XXS this game.
Yeah, no more Helm shenanigans. He's fully sold it? I guess.
I think so.
I thought maybe just backpacking it, but no. He's
Game
just
apa ini,
done.
Bang?
He
Game
wants his Lotus, he wants to play. He's done microwave.
Tidur, farming terus gamenya.
Now, when I think of XXS, I think of like Mars, Magnus. He's not a micro guy.
Here comes the Croaker.
Ngantuk gini bro nontonnya anjing.
So second Roche up, wrapping
wait.
behind.
They see the creep moving. They know someone was here. All right, now there's really good heroes to get first and really, really bad ones like Abba, right? Unless they can fold a 0 up. Can they do it?
Can they blow him up in time? Looking for it. He's broken, but he gets the ulti off. And that stops it.
That's a free reset, but that's 65 seconds of no ulti. So that does take away one of the good conditions of an engagement for Tundra, which is they go on Abba first.
And it basically costs them nothing.
Ini nonton lebih seru bro.
The other issue.
I mean, pipe, I guess, you know?
That's true.
Croaker coming in.
Oh.
Congregating. Tendril of the Deeping even.
And they're just going to start taking it. 33 sees this, though. His creep is gone. X-Nova, Glimmer walks away. BZM throws out the fissure.
Xingqiu's just coming up. Hello?
A chance.
Little poke.
Ended up hitting him for a moment. XM also jumps, but not able to connect as 33 did
All right,
back
there's only
away.
10 seconds here. Roche is going to migrate.
Yeah, and now he's going to get fissure blocked.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's going to happen. XM is right there to the side.
Ooh.
33 gets caught, but it
From XM! Wait, he's alive.
He's staying alive. Able to get
Oh,
it
chilling. Nice, Ame.
Keeping him back and low, but
Nice, mati gua.
XXS puts the cabal.
Ya, free rush.
More of a world
Yeah,
of hurt is
ground.
going to start to fall. Ethereal form for a bit longer. But in the end, it is going to be a dead Abba. And hunting down Toby. Hides off to the side. Ethereal
Bro,
form.
bercanda.
No way to break it.
Do you know what's crazy? Is that he didn't have ulti as that sharpshooter was coming in. His ally died and gave him ulti from his facet.
Ame moves back.
Oh.
Comes in, shuts down the captain. 33 to fall, and XG ready to run away with this game number 2.
Just, I mean, everything going their way. But, like, what more is it, you know? They jump in there. At first you think, like, oh, there's a heal. You know, maybe they can turn it with the shaker, but they just never find these opportunities. And just instant roaching. 0 chance of contest here. And yeah, this is where it starts, right? Like, on to BZM. What is the heal here? Did someone pass him a Lotus or something?
Yeah, it must have been. Regardless, you could see also the just swing that came in as soon as 33 burrow striked, and then the reaction of the BKB from Quap shut that stuff down completely. And I mean, now that you lose the fight like this, you get the Aegis ready to start going high ground.
Gila, high ground bentar aja
There's gotta be
anjing.
some answers to it, but you don't have buyback. You don't want a buyback on Sand King.
Their spirit is broken like their base. I mean, that wasn't even a fight. It was just simply a massacre. The comms are quiet right now, you know?
And another tier 3 tower going to be hit.
They're TPing in with BZM. They're going to try something.
Does he have the range? The creeps are starting to walk forward, but Ame just backs away. Now the jump finds Chrysalis. BZM waiting for his moment, waiting. There's a fissure block. XXS is stuck.
He wants Ame, but he's just not coming in.
And the cookie, but there's the BKB reaction.
Cabut.
A chance? Sonic Wave 33 can't chase now. No Blink Dagger available.
Oh, ulti Abba udah pakai.
XM, he's fine too, gets the blink out, and after just destroying that base, are gonna freely walk away. Full 2 sets of racks.
And they've still got Law, right? They're just walking out with this Aegis and only a single lane now to try and keep alive for Tundra. Their last hopes here in the upper bracket.
XG. If there were any questions about if this team was for real going into the main event, they have been answered at this point. They have looked so good. And now with the Scepter done for the Clinks. They're doing it with the weird heroes. You love it.
It's so much damage, man. The Burning Army comes out. It already is a lot of damage, but now this is that safe damage, the way he's been playing, right? He can just chuck this out.
Does also get increased hits to kill the skeleton archers when you pick up that Aghanim Scepter. So Big range, drop it down, say, come and fight us in this, which is even harder to do now because they're going to be breaking blink daggers of Sand King and Earthshaker.
Yeah, who've already struggled, of course, to try and find these plays in. But, you know, he doesn't have buyback.
That's true.
So, kill him twice, you won't have to kill him a third time. At least there's that.
Tundra, how many more tricks they have up their sleeves? Ame is there, channels ton of damage onto the Abba, and then he's forced to back away. I'm not sure what the right answer is at this point for them. They're down so much gold, and it feels like the fights have just not gone their way at all. And look at this. XM just blinks right into the middle of everybody here. They find Toby, and he is going to end up dying for his troubles.
And look at this. XM scouts the Amplify damage rune, too.
And there, Soxa dying. Woo, buddy.
All right, I've now seen an Outworld staff actually save someone.
It almost worked last game there. Oh, he went all in. He bought a refresher on Shaker. This is going to be a reveal. They jump in. Burrow strike. Do they have enough control? Wanting to kill Ame. He's not dead. He's not going down. Ame Click survives through it. He held on to his BKB that entire time, and now BZM is going to be the one that's caught instead. Still everybody from Tundra alive. Unfortunately, not so lucky.
No, that's Mega Creeps. Could you even want to go into this mess?
I mean, you've got to do something. You've got to find a way to punish, but the damage is just not there, and BZM's so low. XXS jumps forward. There's the epicenter. It's hitting onto nobody. They do Burrow strike, though, and now
I'm fucking cooked. Oh, buyback SM.
But look at the clinks. The skeleton man is doing way too much damage as they find a triple kill.
Dah, Yopi buyback aja dah TPN.
Instead, gets the nullifier out. There's another combination. Damage maybe? No, they're not gonna kill him. Ame is
the heal. Anjing healnya. GG.
The streak will continue for XG.
Let's go.
Undefeated in series on the road to the international, and they're going to keep
senyum kau XM anjing.
As they take our first series on the main stage, stay in the upper bracket.
Continuing on through the upper bracket, and for a team that had looked so good and felt like they were, you know, on the verge of making things happen, even with the stand-in, it's just one of those things that couldn't come together in the end. So impressive, this XG team, because you think about that game number 1 again, and how things could have gone different if not for that Roche fight.
Even game number 2. I mean, again, it's the same thing where they have this advantage a little bit there on Tundra, and you're thinking, okay, we're seeing it, you know, this could be the play that they get where they actually make their way through this game, get a little bit of a surprise upset, but no. XG, they just slam the door in their face and say, no, we're the favorites for a good reason.
Absolutely, the favorites make their way out of the stage, and for Tundra, they're going to have to forge a new path through that lower bracket, come up with some other answers. They're going to want to move on in this tournament. But XG, the ones that come out on top in this first series, what a performance from them on the main stage. Trent, I mean, the other thing to think about with this is, I mean, how worried are you going up against this XG team for the next squad?
Well, you know, if you were thinking things like, well, you know, there's not that much data on them. They haven't played that many series. We'll just wait and maybe we can learn some more. I don't know what there is to learn. I've just learned that they're even more frightening than I thought after that game 1. So if I'm their next opponents, I'm just thinking, like, what is it? What is the solution? Because they tried playing a little fast. They went for this insta-Lycan. That didn't work, right? They got this big early lead on Tundra, but they're able to fight back on XG. They're so good at picking these team fights, very much like Team Spirit style, right? Of no matter how far down they are, they know the exact moment when to strike.
And it's been so long for XG coming together here on the main stage. They're going to go over and shake hands as well, so they come back in, give a handshake there, and of course Tundra dropping down to that lower bracket. But the fans loving it here out in the squad. XG taking that 1 victory there. And again, I mean, for Tundra, you kind of got to reset yourself because they came in on a high.
Yeah, they did.
10 seconds remaining.
Easy clap, guys. Easy clap.
Apparently so.
Apparently so.
Prepare for battle.
Carry Kunka.
You have my respect. Come. Long have I stalked these lands.
What? What? Nice English, bro.
Find the right moment to strike.
Zeus be with you.
I'm there.
Whoa!
Ugh, I miss my horse.
Was regrettable. Let's roll.
Maybe it's late. 30 seconds to battle. Bygones abide. Because I say.
Because I say. I can chew in the sun.
There's always more to shoot. The battle's starting. Rest easy. I know these hunts well. Phantom footsteps. You have my respect. Yes, fine. An endless road.
I'm seriously getting tired of this place.
Orale! It seems okay.
Marvel at the spectacle.
Now you die. Pray.
Never.
What? A whisper on the wind. A revelation. I'm under attack. I know this trail. Return fire.
Ding.
It's one option. Death comes. Why there? For that, denied. Phantom footsteps. Go. I'm under attack.
Anjing nih.
I know this trail. Kill them all. Beguiling light, come. Where is it? Why there? An endless
Ah, dipakai torrentnya anjing. Aneh. What is this guy?
Maybe it's fate. Push the dogs back.
Blood in the way.
Yes, fine. Drop her. Death comes. I'll make the most of it. Because I say... But my aim was left bottom is missing.
I'm pulling, careful.
I'm there. Like so. It's one option. Apparently so. Phantom footsteps. I'm there. A revelation. Leave no one standing. Pathetic giveaway. Yes, fine. It seems okay. Marked by death.
Bro, me go back. Okay, no HP. Careful, careful.
There's always more to shoot.
There's always more to shoot.
Just another bounty. It's one option. I'll make the orale. Go.
Oh.
Apparently so. Alive. Why there? I know this trail. Because I say... You're mine. Do you like that? Find the right moment. Die.
Anjing gak kena. Bisa gak kena gitu ya.
I do prefer to buy them if given a choice. Come. Maybe it's... Return fire! An endless road. Go. I'm there.
Abih, nyuruh ngestak dia.
It seems
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
Death comes. An endless road.
Ooh, Dyer's courier got killed. Those things aren't cheap, you know.
A revelation.
Yo, wisdom, sir.
Because I say...
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's what option?
Your middle tower is under attack.
What?
Footsteps.
Push.
Come.
Any TP bot, guys?
Don't let your middle tower fall.
Find the right moment.
Yeah, there is 4 bot.
Yes, fine. So, back on the 7 hells. Why there?
I guess Radiant fortified their structures.
I'll make the most of it. I know this trail. Find the right moment to strike. You put yours yes. Apparently so. Phantom footsteps. Yes, fine. Who seeks death?
Kindred
There's
bounty.
always more to shoot.
Spectacle. That was regrettable.
Because I say... Maybe it's fate.
Ah, cannot, bro. This fucking dragon is too fat.
I know this trail. I'm there.
Killing
I'll put
spree.
it to good use. An endless road.
That's who you're dealing with.
Come. It's one option.
Dominating.
A revelation. Why there? Death comes. I'll make the most of it. Go. I know this trail.
I was a fairy papa.
Apparently so. It seems so. It's one option. Through a tunnel of light. Maybe it's fate. You've earned it. Come. I'm under attack. A deeper death. I'll put a run
Nature's way.
This is the ring to redeem. God dispose.
Death comes. most of it. Yes, fine. I'm there. A revelation. Silencio! An endless road. Phantom footsteps. Because I say... Get out of here! Find the right moment to strike.
Bro, I think if you arena we can kill.
Apparently so. Come. An endless road. There's always more to
You wanna go? You wanna go?
Death comes. Hi.
You really should look at your bottom tower.
Maybe it's fate. Phantom footsteps. Return fire. And there.
Blow at the boom.
Abis. Blink ada. Blink ternyata guys. Der. Ya ampun, ya kena.
Sometimes they come back. It seems okay.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Between the planes at will. I'll make the most of it. A revelation. Because I say... Yes, fine. I know this trail. Maybe it's fate.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Lights out, little creep. Fire! It seems okay. Yes, fine.
Can you just chase, bro? Arena, bro.
I grow tired of this. Death comes.
Bro, can you blink?
The enemy's top tower had to go.
No more games. Silence.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
Why there?
Double damage.
Because I say... Phantom footsteps. I'll make the most of it.
I can show it up. It's hard. Matikan aja sudah. Sekarang ada yang lain. Marah dia. Bro, push.
There's always more to shoot.
Udah.
Phantom footsteps.
What are you buying?
I know this trail. Yes, fine. Go. Because I say...
The enemy's middle tower has been denied. Why'd they have to go and do that?
Fight! Right there. Come. Maybe it's
Invisibility.
so.
Oh.
Draw.
Let me bit.
Look at me. Run, coward! Death finds you.
Mati kau anjing.
Unnecessary evil. And there. An endless road. It seems okay. For that, I'll make you bleed. I'll make the most of it. Death comes.
Pew.
It's one option.
I want it.
Yes, fine. Why there? We'll go on what? Apparently so.
Ambil.
That was regrettable.
I'm under
Yo.
I'll make the most of it.
Let's talk about your top tower. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Because I say
PA, bro, stop using PA. PA suck.
find the right orale. A revelation. I'm there. That way. Phantom footsteps. An endless road. It's one option. There's always more to shoot. Find a good
Tai lah. Anjing nih, blue silent.
It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Muerta returns. It seems okay. Maybe it's fate. Die! I know this trail. I'm there.
Bounty.
Apparently so. Never trust eyes alone. Yes, fine.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Keep running.
You're welcome.
Your top tower is under attack.
I'll make the most of it.
Unstoppable. You'll always be my
Let's talk about your top
Because I say
take you.
it's one option. Death comes. Why there? I know this train. Fire! I'm under attack.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Come. You'll see. Phantom footsteps. Maybe it's fate. It's
You really should look at your bottom tower.
Нет, нет, кот нет.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Go.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Orale. Yes, fine.
Your bottom tower is under attack. This is not cool.
I'm there.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
An endless road. Come. You're mine. Apparently so. Find the right moment to strike.
I wondered if this might show.
Come and get me. You can wait.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Bottom tower is gone forever.
Okay. Death comes. Die! Maybe it's fate.
Maybe, yeah.
It's one option. Go. A bit high.
Your
There's
bottom
always
tower is
more
under
to
attack.
shoot. Phantom footsteps. I know this trail. A revelation. Marked by death.
Dire structures are fortified.
I didn't think you had what it takes.
Maybe it's fate. Much better. Apparently so.
They should have seen this coming.
Phantom footsteps.
They share my form,
Because I say...
but not my calling.
Pray.
Let's get it. Monster kill! Double kill!
Go. I'll make the most of it. Why there?
Why there?
It's one option.
Look at that. Radiant's courier just got killed.
Find the right moment to strike. Easy. Death comes. An endless road. I know this trail. No more games. I grow tired of this. Come. A revelation. It seems okay. An endless road.
Your top tower is under attack.
Maybe it's fate. It seems okay. Find the right moment to strike. A revelation. A lodestone for celestial debris. I'm there.
Just smoke, go, 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 go.
Yes, fine.
What a bounty!
Apparently so. Death comes. There's always more to shoot. Go. More of the same. I'll make the most of it. I know this trail. Because I say... Hi there. I'm under attack. Footsteps.
The enemy's middle tower won't be making any more appearances. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen. I like where middle barracks are no more.
Orale. I'll make the most of it.
Dire have fortified their structures.
So. It's what an option. Silence. I'm there.
Fucking strot.
Beyond the phantom veil.
So, where were we? An endless road. I know this trail. A revelation. How could I miss? Phantom footsteps. Why there? It seems okay. Go. Find the right moment to strike. Maybe it's fate.
Double damage.
There's always more to shoot.
The middle tower is
Easy peasy.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. You really should look at your bottom tower. You really should look at your bottom tower. Your bottom tower is under attack.
No.
I'm there. Maybe it's fate. Can it use the option? Why there?
A fitting bounty.
Find the right moment to strike. It seems okay. I thought that would feel better. Bygones abide. Apparently so. I know this trail. Phantom footsteps. On to the next. Apparently so. Maybe it's fate. Long have I stalked these lands. Death comes. It seems okay. A revelation. You can wait. Phantom footsteps. I'll make the most of it.
Ayolah bro.
Go. Yes, fine. An endless road. I know this trail. Come.
Even I like a good
Because
ball.
I can say.
Double kill.
Nice. Go. What?
Gone. I tried to warn you.
What?
You really should look at your bottom tower. Radiant structures have been snow fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
What the fuck?
Don't let your middle tower fall. Middle tower is down. You just let them...
Now we show
Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
There's always more to shoot. Return fire!
Monster kill!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Honor your death.
G to the G.
The enemy is attacking your middle barracks. Your middle barracks have fallen. Roshan has fallen to the
Or
dark.
live to chop another day.
Nobody cheats death like me. Find the right moment to strike. Death comes. Because I say...
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Rally. Go. An endless road.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Just like there should be flat.
Your bottom tower has fallen. You do know what you're doing, right?
It seems okay.
Your bottom
Find
tower
the
is
right
under attack.
moment to strike.
Dire's no fortified their structure.
The devil to pay. Triple kill.
Man, what the fuck is this shit?
I know this trail. Apparently so. Come. Why there? A revelation. Phantom footsteps. Maybe it's fate. What next? What a pile of rubble. I like it. There's always more to shoot.
The enemy's bottom tower is gone. You did the right thing.
Coward! I know this trail. Maybe it's fate. It seems
No doubt.
okay. You can't escape this fear. I'll make the most of it. No. Death comes. what an option. A revelation. Phantom footsteps. Come. An endless road. Now you die. Because I say... Just wait. Yes, fine.
Yeah, but
A marked improvement. Apparently so. Why there? Go. Orale. It seems okay. I'll make the most of it. I'm there. An endless road. Why there? A revelation. Because I say... For that, I'll make you bleed. Apparently so. Death comes. Yes, fine. Come. Find the right moment to strike. I know this trail. It's one option. Go. Maybe it's fate.
2 masts on this brigantine.
Phantom footsteps.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
Find the right moment to strike. It's one option. Why there? It seems okay. Leave no one standing. Go. There's always more to shoot. Death finds you. An endless road.
berhenti ya.
Yes, fine. So, back on the 7 hills. Phantom footsteps. I'm there.
It's found you.
I know this trail. I'll make the most of it. Death comes. Apparently so. How could I miss? Welcome, but unnecessary.
That would be a tribute.
Maybe it's fate. Because I say...
What about it?
Why there? I'm there. Come. Yes, fine. It seems okay. Go.
No smoke, bro. What the fuck?
An endless road. Lights out, little creep. Apparently so. I'll make the most of it. A revelation. It's one option. Phantom footsteps. Death comes. Maybe it's fate. I know this track. Because I say... Apparently so. It seems okay. This time for real. Come. I know I cower. Find the right moment to strike. Go.
Babi. Ya ya. Revision vs Heroic ya. Aku taruh siapa? Revision.
Let the fighting.
Cepatlah Agus. Aku nak main.
The battle resumes.
Apa ini? Tak serono, tak serono.
It's what illusion. Because I say death comes. Make the most of it. An endless road. I'm under attack. Fire! Just wild.
Hobi KB.
Radiant took down Roshan. I trust there was a good reason.
Marked by death.
I could do with more of that.
Yes, fine. Takes time. There's always more to shoot. Why there? Órale!
Enemy's top barracks drop like some stupid hot thing.
Maybe it's fate. Right.
There go the enemy's top barracks. If only this happened every time.
Find the right moment to strike. Yes, fine. Death comes. It seems okay.
The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen.
They welcome a world. Keep running like so.
Dire snow fortified their structures.
Witness tremble.
I'm under attack. And your path is decided. Bring out your death. I'm under attack. I just want to join.
Let's commit to the Rex, bro. Rek.
I'm back with the time.
Let's get on with it. The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen. You now have mega creeps.
How many daggers am I holding? The stuff of legend!
Much easier than the
Dire's
first
courier
time.
has been killed.
Phantom footsteps. By
A
there.
fitting bounty.
It's one option. Because I say the most of it. Apparently so.
Double kill! Witness a triple kill!
A man never steps into the
Dire's
same
courier
sea
has
twice.
been killed. Radiant
What?
have fortified their
What the
structures.
fuck, you 44?
Let's talk about your top tower.
Moments are measured in eternities. At least in this place.
Okay, less dying this time.
There's always more.
I'm not gonna save for BB.
An endless road. I know this trail. Draw. Stand aside. I grow tired of this. It's one option. I make the most of it. An endless road. Maybe it's fate. I'm there.
You winning, uncle, bro. Should be winning, but this fucking guy buy 3 rapier and we cannot push anymore. Not like this.
Apparently so.
Ooh. I think this one or this one. Fuck lah. No need item jungle.
Yes, fine.
So ugly.
It seems okay. A revelation.
Bounty.
Death comes. A ghastly pace. Go.
Yeah, I'm supporting. I'm post 5.
Why there? Orale. Because I say.
Man, fuck this game.
Because I say.
So tired, bro. I'm so sleepy. I want to eat. But why this is happening?
I'm there. Phantom footsteps.
Okay, 2 rapier. This one got 3 rapier. This one got 1. Oh my god. Yeah, I know, right? Every gun. Fuck me, bro.
It's one option. Why there? A revelation. I'll make the most of it. Maybe it's
Nah.
find the right moment to strike. Hey, people, get out of here! Yes, fine. It seems okay. Coward! Can't escape this fear. I know this trail. Run, run, coward!
I know, right?
Endless road. You could use the exercise.
We'll get it there soon. I know. So tiring, bro. Fuck this game.
Maybe it's fate. Phantom footsteps. I know this trail. It's kid. I decide your fight or flight. A revelation.
Eskan no BKB ya. What can we do? There's 3 fucking rapier. I don't know, man. Yeah, but we cannot go push though.
Because I say
We need to rush first.
find the right moment to strike.
Roshan's down. I wonder where he goes.
Death comes.
Give me some, give me some.
I'm there.
I'm unsinkable.
I'm unsinkable.
Lasts on this brigantine.
Fuck this shit.
Apparently so. I'll make the most of it. Yes, fine. Coward. Nothing can save them from me. I don't miss. I'm under attack.
Oh, I did that.
An endless road. Just get out of here. Why there?
Divine Rapier.
Because I say. That way. Go. Coward. Run from this place.
Oh, yo, 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 yo.
I decide your fight or flight.
I think I should switch to carry, yeah. Fuck, this is my time.
Apparently so. Death comes. An endless
Bro, I got no HP.
maybe it's find the right moment to strike.
Yo, 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 can you X me out? Can you X me, bro? X me, X me. Here, 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 X.
There's always more to shoot. I knew this.
Yeah, 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 I think I should buy that. But maybe save for buyback first.
It's return fire.
Bro, why you fucking spear here, idiot? Let me end this game. I don't wanna play anymore. Bro, your spear is throwing, man.
Come.
Yeah, I just wanna lose, bro. I don't care. Fuck this
It's
game.
one option. Death comes. Because I say
Asli anjing game ngentot ini, babi lah.
find the right moment to strike. Go. I'll put it to good use. I know this trail.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
I'll make the most of it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Ooh.
Your path is decided.
If I were you, I would just buy MKB and BKB Dagger Refresher. Yeah, I know, right?
Nothing can save you. Orale.
Yeah, yeah, I will farm and then I will buy that shit. It takes 2 more hours, bro.
Why there? It seems okay. Illusion. Phantom footsteps.
Fuck you, man.
An endless road. A revelation. Not that way. An endless road. It's not much. Push the dogs back.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Awesome.
Curse these stupid guns.
Okay, GG. Let's go.
The trade winds still blow.
Finally, bro, I can fucking pee.
Radiant's Radiant's courier has been killed.
Ding.
Those little guys are all so cute. Don't let your middle tower fall. The middle tower has fallen.
Let's go. Fuck this game. Yeah, we cannot, bro. It's Punka carry. You cannot do shit.
Put this one on ice. Dire does it.
Fuck this game. Motherfucker. Okay, let's look. Ooh, so far so good. So far so good, guys. Okay.